Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Harrison Auditorium at Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes here, and the Lady Vikings getting ready to take on the Lady Grizzlies. Lady Vikings come into this matchup with a 10-5 record. The Lady Grizzlies come into this matchup with an 8-7 record. And Lady Vikes started out the season before Christmas 3-3, and then they went on a 7-game winning streak, got it up to 10-3, and then now they've lost the last two. They lost to Pittsburgh and Fort Scott, and now got another tough matchup. The Lady Vikes lost to the Lady Grizzlies at home on December 15th, right before Christmas break. Lady Vikes would like nothing more than to knock off the Lady Grizzlies here at their home tonight. So hopefully the Lady Vikes can get a little redemption here, as Lady Vikes got some tough matchups coming up. They play at Pittsburgh on Friday night, which we just lost to Pittsburgh last week, and then we will go on the road, actually every game the rest of the season except for hopefully Sub-State will be on the road. So ladies will go on the road to Coffeyville next Tuesday, and then the Independence that Friday night after Coffeyville, and then they'll have a week break, and then they'll play Chanute to end the season on February the 23rd. So that'll end the regular season. Then Sub-State, just depending on how the Lady Vikings finish this regular season, whether or not they'll host a game or two. Right now, setting at 10-5, they should be earmarked to have at least one home game. But like I said, they've got a lot of tough matchups in these last 5 contests, all on the road, starting with one here tonight at Labette County High School. So hopefully the senior squad of Ashka Patel, Sydney Scheibe, Jaden Kendrick, Tiara Smith, and Riley Dunley will want to get it done here, as it'll be their last probably senior game here at Labette County High School. So hopefully Lady Vikes can get the win tonight. So we do have a little bit of time before the start of the game. So let's take a 2-minute break, and then hopefully we'll be back to get the starting lineups. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93. Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes here, and we are having the national anthem here before the girls' game. So we're just going to keep it here and let you listen in to our national anthem. And welcome back. Tony Fuentes here. Lady Vikings taking on the Lady Grizzlies here. Lady Vikings come into the matchup 10-5. Lady Grizzlies come into the matchup 8-7. And if you're just now listening in, Lady Grizzlies beat the Lady Vikes December 15th at Parsons. So Lady Vikes hoping for a little redemption here. Vikes start a 5-game stretch here all on the road to finish the season. And they're announcing the starters right now for each team. And we'll start with the Lady Vikings. Lady Vikes are going to start sophomore Braylon Mitchell, senior Ashka Patel, senior Sydney Scheibe, senior Tiara Smith, and senior Riley Dunley. And the Lady Grizzlies will start senior Caton O'Brien, senior Nevaeh Jones, senior Addison Rexwinkle, junior Landry O'Brien, and junior Kinsley Boss. So that will be your 5 starters for Labette County. So it'll be Kinsley Boss, Landry O'Brien, Addison Rexwinkle, Nevaeh Jones, Caton O'Brien. For the Lady Vikes, it'll be Braylon Mitchell, Ashka Patel, Sydney Scheibe, Tiara Smith, and Riley Dunley. So hopefully the Lady Vikes can be ready. They're on a 2-game losing streak at this point. The Lady Vikes need to right the ship here and try to get a start on this 5-game road trip here to get on the winning side of the board. Again, Lady Vikes will start 4 seniors and 1 sophomore. Lady Grizzlies will start 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Lady Grizzlies have struggled against a couple of teams that the Vikings beat. So Lady Grizzlies got off to a great start when we played at Parsons. They outscored the Lady Vikes 24-6 in the first quarter of that game. And they are going to get the first possession here. O'Brien gets it to Caton O'Brien. Back to Landry. Landry gets it to Addison Rexwinkle on the wing. Nevaeh Jones thought about the 3. Lady Vikes in a little zone defense and missed shot by Landry O'Brien. Ashka Patel with the rebound. And here come the Lady Vikes. Braylon Mitchell with it. 7.5 to play, first quarter, no score. Get it in the corner to Sydney Scheibe, all the way back up top. Now Patel with it. Gets it to Scheibe. And now Patel for a 3, and off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Nevaeh Jones of Labette County. Here comes Addison Rexwinkle really quick. down the court and tipped out of bounds. It hit Mitchell, then Landry O'Brien, and goes out of bounds. So the Lady Vikes catch a break there. So it'll be a turnover. Lady Vikes will get the possession. 7:03 to play, first quarter. Ashka Patel with it. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt here by the Grizzlies. This is what caused problems back in December. They get it quickly up court, and now it's stolen. And here comes Landry O'Brien. Addison Rexwell thought about the three. Now O'Brien gets it to Boss. Kicks it out to Nevaeh Jones. Back out top. Rexwinkle for a three. Banks it in. So Addison Rexwinkle breaks the tie. So 3-0. Lady Grizzlies, 6:27 to play, first quarter. Another turnover. This is what happened when we played at Parsons. Same situation. Lady Grizzlies are struggling here, but now they get a three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Scheibe. Scheibe needs to watch out as O'Brien nearly picked her pocket there. 6:07 to play. Lady Vikes trail 3-0. Scheibe for a three, no good. Nevaeh Jones with the rebound. Just under 6 minutes to play, first quarter. And Kaiten O'Brien with the nice move to the basket and scores at 5-0 now, Lady Grizzlies. 5:47 and counting. Lady Vikes struggling to get across midcourt, get it to Dunley. Now Scheibe with it. Scheibe trying to set up something here, gets it to Mitchell. Now Kendrick thought about the three. Mitchell. Back to Kendrick for a wide open three. In and out, no good, but nice rebound by Riley Dunley, but the putback is no good. Now a foul is called. Let's see who they call it on. I think they just said it's out of bounds. Lady Grizzlies will have the possession. 5:20 and counting. 5-0 Lady Grizzlies. O'Brien kicks it to Rexwinkle, no good, and Boss with an unbelievably good rebound. And now Kaiten O'Brien knocks down a shot from the top of the key, and it's a three-pointer. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're just going to keep it here. So 8-0 is the score as Lady Vikes are struggling just to get the ball down the court. Lady Grizzlies not real efficient, but efficient enough. They knocked down 3 baskets here in the early going. So 8-0 Lady Grizzlies in the early part of the game. 5:04 to play in the first quarter. And the Lady Vikes do have the possession. So Lady Vikes have struggled with that backcourt press. There's just a little bit of press at midcourt, almost a diamond-shaped pressure at midcourt, and they trap. And they're going to say it went off of Braylon Mitchell, and another turnover. So that's at least 4 turnovers already for the Lady Vikes. Kaiten O'Brien with it, gets it to Jones. All the way across the Rexwinkle. Now Kaiten O'Brien with it. Penetrates, gets it into Rexwinkle. Now Nevaeh Jones with it. Kaiten O'Brien gets to Landry O'Brien that scores it. Landry O'Brien with back-to-back baskets. 10-0 Lady Grizzlies. As Lady Vikes continue to struggle here. Now Patel with it. Just the intensity of the defense has been incredible by the Lady Grizzlies. So 10-0 start, 4:16 to play first quarter. Ashka Patel with it. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell needs some help. She's going to get a 5-second count. Gets it down to Tiara Smith. Lady Vikes are on the board, 10-2. 4 minutes to play first quarter. Here comes Kaiten O'Brien. Gets it to Nevaeh Jones. She drives baseline, kicks it all the way out, and she throws it back court. And it's going to be a turnover by the Lady Grizzlies. That's really the first mistake the Lady Grizzlies have made. Lady Vikes already had at least 4 or 5 turnovers in the game. And Scott you just joined us, but Lady Grizzlies are doing almost like a little triangle at the mid-court logo and causing Lady Vikes fits.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I walked in the gym and saw it was already 8-zip. Hopefully the Lady Vikes can kind of right the ship here and get back in this thing.
Scheibe with it, wants to drive, gets it up, no good, but a rebound by Smith. Now Mitchell with it, gets it back to Scheibe. Thought about the three, now she shoots it, and it's just barely short. It looked good in the air from here. And now here come the Lady Grizzlies, and a turnover. Lady Vikes get it back. Now Rexwinkle pushed Mitchell. That was like almost intentional.
That was bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Normally you play pretty good defense, but she literally just shoved her. So now Allie Martin checks in for the Lady Grizzlies. Ashka Patel. And Lady Grizzlies almost have you in a trap with three people, and Lady Vikes just can't handle the ball. Here comes Kaden O'Brien. And she had to have taken steps there, it looked like, but no call, and they're going to say it's going to go out of bounds off the Lady Grizzlies. So Lady Vikes will get the possession here. 2:53 to play first quarter. 10-2 Grizzlies. Not a whole lot of fouls, just one foul, that one that we just saw. Now Jaden Kendrick, and another steal. They're going to call a foul on Dunley, I believe. Sure enough, Riley Dunley picks up her first. So Dunley got away with one early on, Scott. She kind of threw a girl to the floor under the basket. They just called it out of bounds off Riley in the first minute of the game. So now Lady Grizzlies back with it. Landry O'Brien gets it to Nevaeh Jones. No good. Ashka Patel with the rebound. And Ashka gets it across court. It just seems like there's always a double team.
Yeah, they're doing a ton of trapping.
And Lady Vikes are going to have to find the open person. And now they try to get down low to Mitchell. And she loses the handle. She had it in the right spot. She just lost her grip on it. And here comes O'Brien. Kaden O'Brien gets it to Landry. Landry knocks it down. That's 7 points for Landry O'Brien, as she's knocked down the last three baskets for the Lady Grizzlies. 12-2. Now Mitchell with it. Mitchell wanting to drive, and she loses it. They're going to say it went out of bounds, or they call a foul.
Kick ball.
Okay. So kickball, possession stayed with the Lady Vikes. The Lady Vikes just throw it away. Veteran crew here as far as referees. We got Bill Ganaway, Kevin Midget, and Nick Long. All been doing it for a long time. Now a three-pointer on the way, no good. And Scheibe gets the rebound. Libby Poole was the shooter on that three-pointer that was no good. And now Lady Vikes just almost nervously bringing the ball up the court every time. Just a lot of quick defense by the Lady Grizzlies. Down to 1:08. And they're going to call a foul on Boss, I believe.
Yeah. Tony, I'm just kind of getting settled in here, but it essentially looks like a 1-2-2.
Yeah.
Full court press, but man, they are trapping and chasing the ball handler every chance they get.
Mitchell having trouble getting it in, gets it into Kendrick. Kendrick just can't get it around Boss. And now here comes O'Brien. Peyton O'Brien gets it down low to Kinsley Boss. Check that was Aubrey Boss.
Tony, what was the score at the end of the first quarter back in December?
24-6.
So I hate to say, but this is quite a bit better. We just can't. we just got to figure out a way to get some points on the board.
Yeah, we were down by 18 in that first quarter, and then we're pretty much equal the rest of the way.
Yep.
And here is Landry O'Brien. She wants to drive, dishes it to Kinsley Boss, and she scores it and is fouled. I believe they get the foul on. They get it on Oshka. Nope, the second on Riley Dunley.
Yep.
So Riley Dunley now with 2 fouls. And Boss knocks down the free throw, so she gets the old-fashioned 3. So now 15-2. Lady Vikes much need of a basket. And nearly thrown away again. Patel runs it down. Mitchell with it now. Yep. Patel's going to shoot a 3. No good. And Nevaeh Jones cleans up the rebound. Gets it ahead to Landry O'Brien. She shoots in, not this time, but they got an offensive rebound. Now Nevaeh Jones wants a shot. Nevaeh Jones knocks down a 2. That's her first basket. 17-2. Lady Vikes trail by 15, so not a whole lot of difference, Scott. Just a little bit less points.
Yep.
Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. Lady Vikes get the first possession, get down low to Braylon Mitchell. And she is fouled, I believe, by Kinsley Boss. And that'll be her first. The Lady Vikes need to just settle in and try to drive the basket like she did there. Mitchell's first free throw is in and out, no good. Lady Vikes have been really good from the free throw line this year, but I think whenever you get in a hostile environment, I think it just sometimes doesn't work out. Gets the second one to go. So 17-3, Lady Vikes trail. Just underway here in the second quarter. Kaiten O'Brien gets it across to Landry O'Brien. Now still by Mitchell. That's what the Lady Vikes need. And it's poked away by Kaiten O'Brien. So it'll stay with the Lady Vikes. They'll get the ball underneath their own basket. So Mitchell to inbounds, gets it in, and now it's got to be a foul. Should be on Rexwinkle. Sure enough, Addison Rexwinkle picks up her second. And she is quickly taken to the bench. So Aubrey Boss will check in for her. Now Scheibe in the lane. No foul called. And here comes Landry O'Brien, and she's shoved off. No call. And now a three-pointer by Nevaeh Jones. Rolls in. Comes off the front of the rim and just crept in. So 20-3 now. Now a trap by Labette County. Oshka Patel needed help and finally goes out of bounds, and it goes off of Labette County. So Parsons will maintain the possession. Mitchell with it. 7 minutes to play, second quarter. Scheibe, top of the key, gets it to Kendrick. Thought about the three. And they're going to call.
I think they got a 3-second violation.
3 second in the lane. Kendrick should have just shot that. If she would have shot it, I don't think they'd have called it.
You said how they were almost nervously bringing the ball up the court, and she looked a little shaky and a little hesitant.
Now Nevaeh Jones wide open for three and buries it. So Nevaeh Jones, just like that, has got 8 points. 23-3 now. As the Vikings are quickly getting buried here. They're going to get a foul called on one of the O'Briens. Both were there. So Landry O'Brien will pick up her first. 6:33 to play, 23-3, and all Grizzlies. Braylon Mitchell with it. Mitchell wanting to drive to the basket. Good drive. And they're going to call a blocking foul. I almost thought they'd call a charge there, Scott.
I think maybe she moved at the last second. She didn't, and she probably didn't need to.
Yeah, Kevin was right on top of it, so he was there to see it. So Mitchell will go to the line to shoot two. Every point is going to be critical at this point when you're down by 20. Mitchell knocks down her first one. Yeah, the only field goal was by Tierra Smith. Second free throw is good. So 23-5. Lady Grizzlies with the lead and the ball. Now Aubrey Boss tries to get it low to Kinsley Boss, and it's thrown out of bounds. Lady Vikes gonna need a lot more of those. Mitchell gets it into Patel. Patel breaks through. Now Jaden Kendrick slides on the floor. They need a timeout or something. They're going to call a jump ball. Good hustle by Jaden Kendrick there, Scott.
Yeah, when you're down 18, but you're, getting floor burns and diving after loose balls and everything, you at least have to applaud the effort.
Yep, and here comes Kaiten O'Brien. Gets it down low, and now kicks it out. Nevaeh Jones. Now Reagan Roberts, and it is good. And 26-5, now 21-point lead for the Lady Grizzlies. And underneath is Riley Dunley, and she's fouled by, they say 30?
Yes.
Foul is on Allie Martin. That's her first. Scott, did you catch who made the shot for Labette County? Was it Kaiten O'Brien that knocked that down, or was it Roberts? Downley's first free throw is no good.
I want to say O'Brien, but I'm not.
I think it was Kaiten O'Brien, number 10. Second free throw is also no good. The Lady Vikes struggling from the free throw line a little bit. Just 3 for 6. Now down low, up and under, no good. And now near steal by Mitchell, now near steal by Patel. And they're going to call a hold, I think, on Oshka. And Jaden Davis fighting hard for the Labette Grizzlies. And that is the second on Oshka. And in the lane is Nevaeh Jones, no good. Now here comes Oshka Patel quickly the other way. Now Scheibe wants a three, and it's way off the mark. Here comes Kaiten O'Brien. Kaiten kicks it out. And three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by Kendrick. So Reagan Roberts missed the three-pointer there. Now Scheibe kicks it out to Patel. Thought about the three. 4.5 to play here. Second quarter, 26-5. Lady Vikes missed the three there from Kendrick. And here comes Nevaeh Jones. Lady Vikes trail by 21. And they're going to call a travel on Caton O'Brien. So Alex Stoneberger check-in first time for the Lady Vikes at the 4:15 mark here of the second quarter. Oshka gets it in to Sydney. Now Sydney needs help. Somebody needs to come to the ball. And they call a timeout, I believe, just to keep from getting a 10-second violation, I believe, Scott.
Yeah, Coach Scheibe knew they were in trouble. And I don't know, Tony, we've played approximately 12 minutes. Lady Vikes have 5 points.
Yeah.
And it's just, I know Labette County has banked in a three. I know they had one that barely hit the front of the rim and crawled over and crawled in. And it kind of reminds me of the boys game the other night against Fort Scott.
Yep.
So
everything's going right.
A lot of work to do, but I mean, let's face it, there's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of time, but Lady Vikings are going to have to figure out a way to get some points on the board. They have really struggled here in the first half against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, honestly, coming into this game, Lady Vikes are 10-5 and Lady Grizzlies are 8-7.
Yeah.
You'd almost think that, Lady Vikes would have the edge, and that's certainly not the case.
I think the defense that LC plays really kind of highlights the Lady Vikes' lack of a true point guard.
Exactly. Now Davis with it in the lane, throws it up, no good, and now fight for the rebound. And Allie Martin and Riley Dunley get tied up, and I think they just called jump ball, Scott?
They did, yeah. It's going to go over to the Lady Vikes.
So Lady Vikes will get the possession. Still a little backcourt pressure here. Get it quickly up to Kendrick, though. Now Mitchell to Patel. Now Patel's going to launch a three, and it's good. Oshka Patel gets her first basket. 26-8. 18-point lead now, Lady Grizzlies. And now Martin with it. Kicks it out to Nevaeh Jones. In and out, no good. And Riley Dunley with the rebound. Now Scheibe with it coming up the court. Guarded by Libby Poole. Now Scheibe pulls up. Gives it up to Mitchell. Mitchell thought about the three. Now she's going to drive, and then she's fouled. So this will be 6 free throws in this quarter for Braylon Mitchell. I mean, she's driving to the basket. She's trying to get there. She just hasn't got one to go yet. 26-8, Lady Vikes trail. 3:06 to play, second quarter. First free throw is no good. Lady Vikes continue to struggle from the free throw line. Only 3 for 7 at the moment. Have one more coming here. Second free throw is no good as well. Lady Grizzlies come out there with the rebound, Nevaeh Jones. Now Kinsley Boss gets it back to Jones. Now O'Brien. Now Jones thought about the three. She's going to drive and miss the shot, but an offensive rebound. Now Aubrey Boss gets her first basket. So 28-8, 20-point lead for the Lady Grizzlies. Now Patel with it. Now Scheibe was open. Now she's going to drive to the basket and scores it. That is Sydney's first points of the game. 28-10. 2:23 to play, second quarter. Yep, and they're going to be a timeout on the floor. So, Scott, we're just going to keep it here. I'm going to thank some sponsors while we got a little bit of time here. I'd like to thank Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Dress for Less, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, Snyder Lawn Care, Olson A's Hardware, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris, and Sparklight. Thank you to all our sponsors bringing you Viking basketball. So Lady Vikes in a deep hole, 28-10. And it's, I don't think it's necessarily the personnel, Scott. I think it's a lot of it's hustle.
Yeah, I agree. Grizzlies have really gotten after it
Yeah.
here in the first half.
They've just been super aggressive, and it's paid off. And that's what they did when they came to Parsons back in December. Same exact thing. O'Brien with it. Nevaeh Jones back to O'Brien for a three. In and out, no good. Rebound goes to Scheibe. Sydney's taking it the other way. Sydney goes left side. Now she spin moved, gets it down Tierra Smith. Should have just shot that. Now Mitchell in the paint, and she saves it somehow. Gets it back out to Scheibe. 1:42 to play, second quarter, 28-10. Lady Vikes trailing by 18. Patel with it. Nice move there, and now a missed shot by Dunley. Here comes Nevaeh Jones. Jones wants to go all the way coast to coast. Misses the shot, but is fouled. Foul might be on Mitchell. Nope, foul's on Tierra Smith. That's only her first. So first free throw goes down for Nevaeh Jones. Nevaeh Jones now with 9 points. Make that 10. She's in double digits. So Lady Vikes trail again by 20, 30-10. And Lady Vikes just struggling to get across half court. As Scheibe needs help, gets it to Patel. Now Mitchell. Down to 107 and counting. Nearly, it was thrown away.
They had a layup.
I was going to say nearly thrown away, but she couldn't handle it. So 1:03 to play. And here come the Lady Grizzlies. Lady Grizzlies lead by 20. Aubrey Boss all the way up top to Nevaeh Jones now. In the paint to Kinsley Boss. Back out to Caton O'Brien. Now Reagan Roberts throws it away. Lady Vikes catch a little bit of a break with that turnover by the Lady Grizzlies. Now Mitchell with it. Patel now, 24 seconds to play here in the first half. Ashka needs a little help. Gets it in the wing to Mitchell, back out top to Scheibe. 14 seconds now left in the half. Scheibe, little spin, tries to get in the paint, double teamed, misses the shot. Tierra Smith with, and that's a quick whistle. Unbelievable. She might have been called for travel if they don't call that jump ball though, Scott.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Now shot at the buzzer. In and out, no good. Lady Grizzlies, though, lead 30-10 at the half. Let's take it to the station for a 2-minute break. We'll come back to break down the first half. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93. Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and we are ready for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report. Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. So Lady Vikes trail 30-10. And Scott, the Lady Vikes I don't know what it is. Like, there's a couple of common opponents that the Lady Vikes have beat that have the Lady Grizzlies have lost to.
Right.
So that just boggles me that the Lady Vikes can't try to make this game a little bit closer. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where a certain team is just a bad matchup for you, and I think that's what's going on with the Lady Vikes. But still, I'm a little confused too that it's been such a blowout both times. You know, and by the end of the first quarter, it's not like, well, they outscored us by 5 or 6 each quarter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's almost been lights out by the end of the first 8 minutes. You know, and it is strange, but and then. I think the Lady Vikes start pressing a little bit. You mentioned, some struggles from the free throw line, which has not been typical of the Lady Vikes this year. And sometimes when everything's going wrong, it's almost like you step up to the line, and I don't want to say you assume you're going to miss it, but maybe you just are pressing.
Yeah,
and
just
almost,
a little nervous.
Yeah, trying a little too hard maybe. So
yeah, I think that's, a possibility that, it's the cross-county rival.
Mm-hmm.
You want to win so bad that you just put so much additional pressure on yourself in this game that it just makes you almost anxious, and it's just like everything's just kind of a blur.
Yeah.
You just can't get anything going, and it's just a struggle. So let's run down the scores. First, we'll run down the Lady Vikes. Braylon Mitchell with 3, Ashka Patel with 3, Sydney Scheibe with 2, and Tiara Smith with 2. And for Lady Grizzlies, leading all scorers is Nevaeh Jones with 10, Landry O'Brien with 7, Peyton O'Brien with 5, Addison Rexwinkle and Kinsley Boss with 3 apiece, and then Aubrey Boss with 2. And it's just kind of just a bad, like you said, just a bad matchup. It's just so much grit and so much, hustle from this Labette County girls squad that, they're just out there and they look comfortable. They just look like they know the game plan. They know what to do, and they're setting that press at half court. And the Lady Vikes just get to half court, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I forgot how to dribble. I forgot how to pass.
Yeah.
And they just can't find the open person, because a lot of times they're getting triple teamed, just as they cross half court. So if they're triple teamed, there's got to be 2 people open.
Right.
There's no way 2 girls are guarding 4 girls that well. So Lady Vikes just got to find a way to break through that and try to make a game out of this. Otherwise, it's just going to be a running clock here in the fourth quarter, which, that's not what Coach Scheibe is going to want to see.
No, definitely not. And, you mentioned those double teams and triple teams out at half court. Yeah, there were at least twice just since I got here where the Lady Vikes had somebody wide open. The first time they just didn't see them. Second time they threw the pass a little bit too high for a turnover.
Yep.
But, there's essentially 4 easy points, and then they've left several points at the free throw line. It could easily be 30-20 instead of 30-10 right now, but very, very few things went right in the first half. The stats that I have only reflect the second quarter, so that they aren't that bad. It was the first quarter where that really got the Lady Vikes in a deep hole, but Lady Vikes were 2 out of 7. Shooting in that second quarter, LC was 4 out of 12. Grizzlies out-rebounded the Lady Vikes 6-4 in that quarter. Actually, they had more turnovers than the Lady Vikes in the second quarter.
Wow.
Sure, the Lady Vikes had more for the first half, but LC turned it over 5 times in the second quarter. Lady Vikes 3 times, but Tony, hopefully, when you're down by 20 points to your arch rival at halftime, you want to come out and play with a lot of pride And let's face it, they don't have anything to lose. They already lost to LC once. They're down by 20 at the break. Might as well just come out and play hard, shoot some three-pointers, and see if, maybe, stranger things have happened. Maybe they can get back in this thing.
Exactly. And I talked a little bit before the game in the pregame, Scott, that Lady Vikes got a tough road coming down the stretch here, all on the road. They go to Pittsburgh, which we lost to Pittsburgh last week. And then the following week, we go to Coffeyville and to Independence. And both of those games at home were tough games. I know the Coffeyville game was within 5 or 6 points. And then the Independence game was 34-33. So, and then after that, play a very tough Chanute team to end the regular season. So there's no gimmies for the Lady Vikes from here on out. They're all on the road, and they're all going to be tough matchups.
Yeah.
So,
I know that they started out so well this year. I'd hate to end the year on a major skid where you basically go into sub-state like with a 500 record, and maybe at one time we were hoping that the Lady Vikes could get 2 home games, and I know that mathematically that's still possible. But if the wheels fall off, heck, they might go on the road for the first game.
Yeah, that would be devastating because the Lady Vikes definitely, started the season off 3-1, then lost 2 games right before break, and then went on a 7-game winning streak to get to 10-3. But now they're on a 2-game skid, working on a 3-game in this game here. So, going to be, they're definitely. If they can't get a comeback tonight, they're going to have to right the ship and somehow beat Pittsburgh, which I feel the Lady Vikes are very, very much should have the advantage against a Pittsburgh team, but it's going to be on Pittsburgh's floor.
Yeah.
And if the Lady Vikes play with a little angst like they are tonight, I mean, you start putting pressure on yourself. Then bad things start to happen, and I'm afraid, that could be a little bit of what's going on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And then you got all these seniors, knowing it's their last year. I mean, that's just a lot of pressure. And now we are underway here as we end the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report, and Oscar Patel buries a 3 right out the bat. Scott, you called it. Might as well come out and shoot some threes and just see what happens. Sure enough, Oscar comes right out, knocks down a 3, 30-13 now. And Nevaeh Jones gets it to Rexwinkle, across to Landry O'Brien. Now Rexwinkle with it, back up top to Landry. It nicked the rim. But it's rebounded by Dunley. And now knocked out of bounds, going to stay with the Lady Vikes. So 7:24 to play, third quarter. Lady Vikes will keep the possession here. 30-13. Lady Vikes trail by 17. Patel with it. Nearly knocked away. Gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe looking for a screen. Scheibe's wanting to drive, throws it up, and no good. And Kinsley Boss runs it down. Now Nevaeh Jones quickly up the court. Now Jones gets it to Landry O'Brien, takes it in for a layup, misses it. Dunley with the rebound. Now just a lazy pass. Can't have that. Now Nevaeh Jones knocks down a 3, so essentially that just bad pass there cost the Lady Vikes 3 points as Nevaeh Jones now 13 points. Jaden Kendrick. Kendrick with it, gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe wants a 3, and it's short. Now knocked out of bounds by the Lady Grizzlies. 2 players fighting for the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. Lady Vikes catch a little bit of a break there. 6:28 to play, third quarter. Scheibe gets it into Dunley. Dunley, Kinsley Boss throws it up and in. Dunley gets her first basket. So 33-15. So Lady Grizzlies not quite as much pressure coming out here in this third quarter. That's kind of what they did at Parsons in December. Kind of let the Lady Vikes just kind of ride with them. And here's Boss. Kicks all the way across O'Brien. Now across to Jones. Nevaeh Jones is short. But what a effort by O'Brien to save it. Now Nevaeh Jones with a kind of little running floater gets it to go. Jones up to 15 points. Now Patel with a missed shot. Now Scheibe is fouled by Kinsley Boss. So Kinsley Boss will pick up her second. And Sydney Scheibe will go to the line for 2. So 35-15, 20-point advantage. That's where we were at the break. 5:43 to play, third quarter. Scheibe at the line. First one is good. Sydney Scheibe now with 3 points. Tiara Smith checks in for Dunley. Now Scheibe's second free throw on the way is also good. Scheibe up to 4 points now. Comes Landry O'Brien with it. Fake the pass, now gets it to Rexford, and now Nevaeh Jones. Nevaeh Jones with a hot hand tonight. 15 points in the game. And Landry O'Brien thought about the shot. Now throws a skip pass all the way across to her sister. Up and no good. So now here comes Mitchell. Gets it ahead to Patel. Patel thought about the three. I think she should have just shot it. Lady Vikes are going to have to score some points. Near steal by O'Brien. Scheibe spin move in the lane. Gets it to Tiara Smith. Throws it up and good. Tiara Smith now with 4 points. 35-19. Lady Vikes trail by 16, and there's going to be a foul. See who they get it on. It's probably on Mitchell. Nope. Called on Smith. Second foul on Tiara Smith. And Landry O'Brien will go to the line to shoot 2. She had 7 points early in the game. Probably in the first 3 minutes, and hadn't scored since then until right now. She knocks down her first free throw to get the 8 points. Landry O'Brien will have her second free throw here. 36-19. Make that 37-19 as she knocks down both free throws. 4:44 to play, second quarter. And dangerous pass. It gets it up to Mitchell. Now she's double teamed in the corner. Throws it into Scheibe. She's double teamed. There's double teams everywhere. And now a foul after the steal. It's going to be on Jaden Kendrick. I think that's just her first. Yep, sure enough. Lady Grizzlies get it in quickly. Now Nevaeh Jones. Nice shot by Jones. She gets up to 17 points now. 39-19, back to a 20-point advantage. Mitchell with it. They get a little pressure, and here comes O'Brien. Kaiten O'Brien with the steal, and now she is fouled. Just that little bit of pressure, Scott, is just causing so many problems.
Yeah, it's been an issue for the Lady Vikes both times they've played LC this year, for sure. And
Stoneberger checks in. As Kaiten O'Brien's first free throw is no good. She'll have one more. Lady Vikes trying to figure out who's supposed to be on the floor as Kendrick comes off the floor. Second free throw is good. So 21-point lead now at 40-19. Patel gets it across to Mitchell. They're going to call illegal screen on Alex Stoneberger. She said it right. She just moved a little bit. That's just a freshman mistake there. Kaiten O'Brien gets it to Aubrey Boss. In and out, no good. And here comes Mitchell. They're going to call a foul.
No, I think they said she dribbled on the sideline, Tony.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. So out of bounds on Lady Vikes goes to Labette County. Stoneberger coming back to the bench. Dunley checks back in. Rexwinkle with it on the wing. Now Landry O'Brien. She wants a three. High rebound by Smith, and she throws it away. And now pass goes across to Addison Rexwinkle. She knocks down the two, gets her to 5 points. So 42-19. Now Oshka just kind of shoves it up there. Now Dunley with the rebound and scores. So Riley Dunley with a couple of putbacks here in this quarter. The Lady Vikes still are doubled up right now, 42-21. Now turnover on the Lady Grizzlies. Lady Vikes will get the possession back. Some subs into the game. Libby Poole checks in. Now Scheibe double teamed, and they're going to say it's off of Scheibe. This continues to be a struggle. Libby Poole with it. Now back out to Caton O'Brien. Now Landry O'Brien for a three. No good, and rebound goes to the Lady Vikes. Must have went off of Aubrey Boss. Now Scheibe gets it into Patel. Now across to Dunley. I thought Dunley would just shoot that. Patel thought about the three. Scheibe thought about a deep three. Now Patel does. She knocks it down. Oscar Patel now with 9 points, all three-pointers. 42-24. Landry O'Brien trying to get it down low, and now kicks it back out to Libby Poole. Poole gets it out to Kinsley Boss. Caton O'Brien. Now Landry O'Brien wants to drive. Kicks it out to Poole for a three. And no good, but an offensive rebound by Kinsley Boss. And second shot, no good, but another offensive rebound. Now Caton O'Brien wants to drive, and she is fouled by Alex Stoneberger. The Lady Vikes are now with 5 fouls, put Labette County at the line. 1:40 to play, third quarter. 42-24. Lady Vikes trail by 18. First free throw is up and good from Caton O'Brien. She now has 7 points. Second free throw is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell better watch out. And there's got to be something called there. Wow, there's a lot of moving parts. Now inbound goes to Patel. Now nearly stolen. Now Scheibe is fouled. I don't think that was a foul, but they're going to call a foul on Libby Poole. And that's her second. So Scheibe will go to the line to shoot two. 43-24. Lady Vikes trail by 19. First free throw's good. 5 points now for Scheibe. I believe Sydney only had 5 points when we played in December.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, she just definitely has struggled against this Labette County team. She's up to 6 now. 43-26, 1:25 to play, third quarter. Nevaeh Jones with it. Skip pass all the way across to O'Brien. Now back up to Landry O'Brien. And Nevaeh Jones walked.
Lady Vikes ratcheted up the pressure a little bit there, Tony, forced the turnover.
Yeah, if the Lady Vikes just settle down, just try to get it halfway decent. I mean, I don't expect a win here,
Right.
but just try to, and I think she traveled there, but they're going to give her 2 shots. So Sydney could cut into that 17-point lead here at the free throw line. 1:03 to play, third quarter. The foul is called on Aubrey Boss, and that is just her first. Scheibe's first free throw is good. So Sydney is 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. All coming here in the third quarter. She didn't shoot a free throw in the first half. Now she's 6 for 6 here in the third quarter. 8 points now for Scheibe. Landry O'Brien quickly the other way, pulls up, missed shot. Lady Vikes get a rebound. Lady Vikes trail by 15. Now Scheibe needs help, gets it across to Mitchell. Mitchell wants to drive and is stolen. Here comes Kaiten O'Brien. She's wanting to go coast to coast, and she does. She scores it. So Kaiten O'Brien now with 9 points. 45-28, 17-point lead, near still at midcourt. Now Jaden Kendrick for a basket. And that is Jaden Kendrick's first points of the game. So 45-30, Lady Vikes get another turnover. And here's Ashka Patel in for a layup, missed it. She's got to have that. Now we got, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Official timeout. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, I have no idea why they stopped play, Tony. I missed something.
Was there somebody on the floor like hurt? Did I miss? I didn't see it.
Boy, that would have been big, Tony. The Lady Vikes forced the turnover. They were going to have it down to 13, which would have been as close as they'd been in a long time. That's a shame.
45-30, down to 8 seconds. Kaiten O'Brien gets it to Landry. And now a three-pointer on the way from Rexwinkle, no good. And that's going to end the quarter. 45-30, Lady Vikes trail. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Viking Basketball on V93. Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and Lady Vikes, a little bit of a hole here, 45-30. They actually gained 5 points in that quarter. Like you said, Scott, if we could have got that layup to go there at the end, it would have cut it to 13.
Yeah.
But,
statistically, the Lady Vikes were the better team that quarter, Tony, but with one big exception, 3 turnovers for LC, 8 for the Lady Vikes.
Wow.
That's one a minute by my math. So that's
you can't do that. Now, Lady Grizzlies with the first possession and nearly turn it over. And now a long three from O'Brien, no good. And here's Kendrick, and she throws it away. And now they got a foul on the floor on Mitchell. Yeah, another turnover for Lady Vikes. Just continue to shoot themselves in the foot here. Now Landry O'Brien, missed shot. So all of a sudden, Lady Grizzlies missing some shots. Lady Vikes just really can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, they really haven't shot well, Tony, other than the first quarter.
Yep.
You know, they were 4 out of 12 in the second quarter, 5 out of 15 in the third quarter. So
Ashka Patel with it, 7:33 to play in the ball game. 45-30, Labette County 15-point advantage. Mitchell gets it to Scheibe. Scheibe gets in the paint and misses the shot. And fight for the rebound goes to Landry O'Brien. Here comes Landry. Rexwinkle back to O'Brien. She scores at Landry. Now in double digits. She has 11. So bring up the floor for the Lady Vikes is Scheibe. Now Patel gets out of a trap, out to Mitchell. Across to Kendrick. Kendrick nearly lost it. Now she gets in the lane and gets it to go. So a big basket there by Jaden Kendrick. 47-32. Now Nevaeh Jones gets in the paint. Missed shot. And now near turnover. Lady Vikes will maintain possession here. Lady Vikes just need to get it across half court. Tara Smith now to check in for Braylon Mitchell. And now here comes the trap. And throws it away. And here comes Rexwinkle. Now Jones. Little floater in the lane, no good. Rebound to the Lady Vikes. The Lady Vikes, if they just wouldn't turn it over so much, have a chance to knock down some shots. They just can't get the ball across half court. Now Kendrick with it, and that's an air ball. The Lady Vikes still trail by 15 at 47-32. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Boss with it. Kinsley Boss kicks it back out to Landry. No good, and just a lot of hustle. Landry gets her own rebound there, but now a turnover. Ashka Patel with it. She just needs to go all the way. I don't know how there can't be a foul there with that kind of a bump.
Yep.
And now Kendrick with it in the lane. They're going to call a foul on Kinsley Boss. So Kinsley Boss picks up her third foul. So Lady Vikes will inbounds under their own basket. Mitchell gets it into Scheibe. Scheibe missed shot. They're going to say it's off the Lady Grizzlies. Stay with the Lady Vikes. So 5:27 to play in the ball game. 47-32. Now Scheibe underneath. No whistle. Just a missed shot. Here come the Lady Grizzlies. Nevaeh Jones quickly across the Rexwinkle. Now Boss goes baseline. Aubrey Boss gets it to go. And that's only her 4th point, but it's a big one. Back to a 17-point lead. And Scheibe's having trouble getting it across midcourt. Now Mitchell has it. Mitchell's going to go all the way to the basket and score. For Braylon Mitchell, that is her first basket of the game and her 5th point. Here comes Kaiten O'Brien. Down to 4:49 to play in the ball game. And shot by Aubrey Boss knocks it down. Back-to-back baskets from Aubrey Boss. 51-34, 17-point lead. As it's got to be a kick ball, Scott.
You would think so.
But now layup on the other end by Kaiten O'Brien as she gets in double digits at 11. So here's Patel with it, down by 19. Gets it across midcourt. Patel's going to go all the way, and she is fouled. I didn't see a foul, but Ashka will go to the line. 4:13 to play in your ball game. 53-34. Ashka Patel at the line to shoot 2. First free throw, no good. Ashka could get to double digits if she knocks this one down. She has 9 points in the game, all 3-pointers.
She's played pretty well.
Second free throw is good. 10 points now for Patel. And we got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a 30-second break, and then we'll come back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on VE93. Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and Lady Vikes trailed the entire game. They trailed 17-2 into the first quarter, trailed by 15 right off the bat, and they currently trail by 18. So pretty similar to what happened in Parsons in December. They trailed by 18, and then it's pretty much even the other three quarters, and that's kind of a similar situation here tonight. The game was decided in the first quarter. And now Landry O'Brien with it. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Got 4 minutes to play in the game. Rex Winkle. Get it down low to Aubrey Boss. And Aubrey Boss has got the hot hand. She only had 2 points in the first half. She has 6 here in the fourth quarter. And now Mitchell with it. 55-35 is your score, 20-point game. And now another steal. One O'Brien to the other O'Brien. Landry with it. Gets it down low to Boss. Kicks it out to Rexwinkle. Now, Caton O'Brien, missed shot, and a fight for the rebound. Going to be a jump ball. Possession going to Lady Vikes. 55-35 is your score, 20-point advantage here for the Lady Grizzlies. As Lady Vikes bring the ball up the floor, here's Ashka Patel with it. She breaks the press but throws it away, but luckily it went out of bounds off of Allie Martin, so Lady Vikes will retain the possession underneath their own basket, and Mitchell to throw it in. Mitchell needs to get it in. Now Tierra Smith gets it under the basket, and they're going to say it's off Tierra Smith. And it'll go to the Lady Grizzlies. Here comes Caton O'Brien with it. 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Aubrey Boss. Kick it out to Landry. Missed shot. Dunley with a rebound. Here comes Ashka Patel, and she throws it away, trying to get it up court to Tierra Smith. Just a lot of that all night long. Just a lot of turnovers. 2:34 and counting here to play in the fourth quarter. Lady Grizzlies with a commanding 20-point lead and the ball. Rex Winkle gets it to Boss. They're just going to run a lot of clock here. Now O'Brien with it. Lady Vikes aren't even coming out to really pressure. Caton O'Brien with it. They've already wasted 45 seconds, Scott. Now Rex Winkle with the layup. And that's her first basket of the fourth quarter. Gets her up to 7 in the game. 1:41 and counting. Mitchell with it. Mitchell kicks out to Scheibe for a 3. No good. Dunley with a great rebound and a putback. So Riley Dunley had some good putbacks. Got 6 points. She's doing her part. Just a little short in all the other departments. Now O'Brien gets it to Landry O'Brien. Now in the corner to Aubrey Boss. And wow. Saved from going out of bounds. They threw it in and went off a Viking to go out of bounds. So everything going their way. 57-37, 20-point advantage and the ball at 1:07 to play in the ball game. And the Lady Vikes are going to come up short here tonight. And as we said earlier, they're going to have some tough matchups coming up. They go to Pittsburgh Friday night. And Lady Vikes lost to Pittsburgh just this last week. It was a game that was a makeup game from whenever we got iced out a week before that. Now thrown out of bounds. by the Lady Grizzlies. So Lady Vikes will get the possession here. 38 seconds to play. Lady Grizzlies are going to empty their bench. So Anna Cantrell, Libby Poole, Jaden Davis, Madison Bevins, all checking the game. Missed shot by Ashka Patel, and now we're going to have a foul. Foul on the Lady Vikings and Lady Vikes are going to keep their starters on the floor. It's down to 20 seconds. Near steal, Poole with it. Down to 13 seconds, Davis all the way across the Cantrell. Now Poole. Yep. And Lady Vikes are going to lose 57-37. And let's take a 2-minute break. Then we'll come back for the Bowen Pharmacy post-game report on the girls' side. 2-minute break. Listen to Viking basketball on V93. Welcome back to Labette County High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and Lady Vikes fall to the Lady Grizzlies 57-37 as the Lady Vikes now at 10-6, and the Lady Grizzlies move to 9-7. Let's run down the scores. This is your Bowen Pharmacy post-game report on the girls' side. For the Lady Grizzlies, Caton O'Brien with 11, Nevaeh Jones with 17, Addison Rexwink with 7, Landry O'Brien with 11, Aubrey Boss with 8, and Kinsley Boss with 3. For the Lady Vikes, Tierra Smith with 4, Jaden Kendrick with 4, Braylon Mitchell with 5, Ashka Patel with 10, Sydney Scheibe with 8, and Riley Dunley with 6, and just not enough points, Scott. Just too many turnovers and not enough points.
Yeah, the similarities between this game and the game they played back in December is just remarkable. It was almost a carbon copy of that game, and it was 27-27 in the second half. So, again, they played equal with LC in the second half, but out-rebounded them by 1. But you mentioned the turnovers, 14 turnovers for the Lady Vikes in the second half, only 5 for the Lady Grizzlies. LC shot 39%, 11 out of 28 in the second half. Lady Vikes were 9 out of 20 for 45%. They shot, pretty well all in all. But, man, when you give up 14 possessions like that, I mean, not only are you probably not going to win when you're already in a 20-point hole at halftime, you just can't come back.
No, it's just almost nearly impossible to come back from a deficit like that unless you just shoot lights out and you can get a lot of turnovers yourself, and it just wasn't the case tonight. And it's just unfortunate that, the Lady Vikes just don't match up well with the Lady Grizzlies. And, the Lady Vikes, they've got some work to do if they want to get a home sub-state game, and hopefully Coach Scheibe kind of lights a fire on them just to, these last 4 games, it's never tough to go on the road, but when you're going to have to go on the road 4 times in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a battle.
I think the Lady Vikes are at least 10 to 15 points better than Pittsburgh. It's been they've had some really bizarre losses to them in Parsons the last couple of years. But, I think if they play like they're capable of, they can easily go into Pittsburgh and get a win. And we've seen it a lot over the years. You have a losing streak, but, man, you just come out on the right side of the score just that one time, and all of a sudden all your problems go away.
Yeah, but I know Sydney Scheibe was under the weather in that game when we played Pittsburgh. But the Lady Vikes were coming off a big win at Frontenac the night before, and we talked about, they might have, heavy legs, and at that point they were on a 7-game winning streak, and it just, now all of a sudden a week later we're on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah. So, it's,
teams, I know it's odd. Teams have hot streaks, teams have lulls. That's the nature of sports at every level. But, yeah, you're right. They're going to have to turn things around quickly, or they forget getting 2 home games for sub-state. They may lose out on even having 1.
We just want 1 at this point.
That's right.
I think if the Lady Vikes can get 2 out of 4, 2 out of the next 4, I think they'll for sure have at least 1 home game.
Yep.
And I think it's very doable. I mean, we have, like you said, the Pittsburgh team that, we should be able to beat. And then we've got a Chanute team that we did beat at home. But I know it's a Chanute team that's tough because that Chanute team beat the Labette County girls. So know they got it in them to win some games. And then we played, Indy to 1 point.
Yeah.
And Coffeyville, I believe, is either 5 or 6. I mean, it was a tough fought game because Coffeyville girls are a really scrappy team as well. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully Friday night the Lady Vikes can get back on the winning side and get the win. So do you want to take a little bit of break before we go to this boys' side?
Let's step away for about 4 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll step away for a 4-minute commercial break, and then we will be back with the pregame for our boys contest. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93. Thank you, Karen. We're back live at Labette County High School, about 5 or 6 minutes away from our opening tip. Time now for our Tank Connection pregame show for our boys contest. Tony, points were hard to come by the time when these teams met back in December. 42-32. Vikes had the 10-point win pulled away in the fourth quarter. 7-1 at the end of the first quarter. LCHS, I remember, was 1 out of 10 from the free throw line in that first quarter. They just could not get anything to go into the basket. And so Vikings definitely do not want to put them at the free throw line 10 times in the first quarter here tonight. And, you know, I said points were hard to come by. They were for everybody except for J.J. Kendrick. He scored 23 of the Vikes' 42, and 14 of those came at the free throw line. And he was just lights out at the free throw line for the Vikings in the second half. And I want to say the Vikings, I just looked at it, they mainly because of J.J. Kendrick, that was the difference in that game, was the free throw shooting. 20 out of 26, Vikings shot 77% from the free throw line. And they did pull away in the fourth quarter to win it 42-32 after only leading LC 26-24 at the end of the third quarter. So Tony, hopefully tonight the Vikings, that their defense was great in December, so they'll need to. They held Hudson Baker to 10 points. But one, you know, you feel like a defense should always be constant. And what would I tell you, on the offensive end, you just never know which Viking team is going to show up. You know, they might struggle to score 40, or they might put up 75. Yeah,
those two games back to back, Frontenac and Pittsburgh. I mean, our offense was great, and then, you know, we have that game last Friday night against Fort Scott, and we just kind of looked out of sorts.
Yeah,
I mean, is the only word I can come to. Is it just didn't seem fluid at all. The only person that really looked kind of similar to way he's been is J.J. Kendrick.
Yeah.
You know, J.J. Kendrick was able to, you know, get to the rim and score some points, but you know, it's been, you know, like you said, Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know which team's going to show up. Dante Sawyer really struggled from the field last Friday night, and the two previous games of that, he was outstanding.
Yeah.
So it's just weird how that works, and but we're going to need to knock down some shots, because this Labette County team, even though they've only got 2 wins on the season, they're going to want to win this game. This is the game they want to win.
Yeah, this is their season.
Yeah, they want to win this game, because I'm not 100% sure that every team makes sub-state. I feel like there was 1 or 2 teams left off last year. Am I wrong in that?
Yeah, no, you're right. I haven't looked at anything, but I know because of the number of teams in 4A, I want to say
there was 18 teams and only 16 make it.
make it in the bottom.
So I want to say there was 2
out.
teams that are left out.
Yep.
And with 2 wins, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not looked at it one time.
Right.
But I want to say that with 2 wins, you're not looking good.
No.
To even be able to go on the road and play a 1 or a 2 seed. So,
right.
You know, they're going to want to win this game. I can guarantee you, they're going to put every bit of effort. I mean, it says on the back of their shirt, effort.
Right.
They're going to put every bit of effort into this game, because they want to win this one.
Taking a look down, see if we can get the Vikings starting 5. Looks like they're going to go with J.J. Kendrick, Joe Keel,
Connor
Barkus, Landon Wheat, and Trey Mack.
That's definitely a starting lineup that we have not seen this year. They've had a lot of different starting lineups this year.
Yeah, so that means you're going to have like Trey Tullis coming off the bench. You're going to have Dante Sawyer coming off the bench. Of course, Jagger Quirin will come in and get some minutes. Jason Smart will get a handful of minutes as well. Looking way down to the far end of the gym. We know Xavier Phillips will be in the starting lineup along with the big guy, 6'8" senior Hudson Baker.
Barrett starting. Barrett Heston will start. Keegan Bates will start.
He's a good little guard, 5'7" sophomore.
It looks like Nolan Nash. I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one, though.
I think he played. He's just a freshman. It seems like he played some good minutes back in December. Like to see a big night from
freshman
Landon.
number 5.
Yep. So they have 6'4" senior Xavier Phillips, 5'7" sophomore Keegan Bates, 6' freshman Nolan Nash, 6'8" senior Hudson Baker, 6'1" sophomore Barrett Heston. So again, this was a 2-point game at the end of 3 quarters.
Yeah. Up
in Parsons. So hopefully the Vikings can.
But other than Baker and Phillips, that the height is the Vikings would have the advantage on the height. Well, I guess we're starting Kill and Barkus, so scratch that. They're probably about the same size. So
yeah, it goes in the Vikings, of course, trying to get back to 500. They're at 7-8 overall, 3-4 in the SEK. So it'd be nice to get back up to that 500 mark, both overall and in league play. And we haven't given up on hosting that first-round sub-state game either, Tony. That's still in the cards for the Vikings. But man, when with your final 5 games of the regular season on the road, it is going to be tough.
Yeah, I believe the Vikings were 11-9 and hosted last year. Is that right?
That sounds right.
We started off the season 0-7.
Yeah.
went on a
11-2
run. Yeah, and then lost. I believe it was Topeka Hayden at home.
Yeah, it was a tough draw.
Yeah, I mean they had a couple of big guys that I know one was going to go play for like Notre Dame or something in football. So
yeah, and they had a kid knocking down threes who typically didn't do that during the regular season. He just got red hot.
Yeah, that was a tough matchup, and I think the football season ended with Topeka Hayden as well.
Yes, it did.
This last year, so Topeka Hayden was able to knock us off in basketball and then football back-to-back seasons.
We're almost ready for basketball. Vikings will be in their traveling blue with gold trim. LC Grizzlies will be in their home white with red trim, and we are ready for basketball. 6'8" Hudson Baker wins the opening tip for the Grizzlies, and we are underway here at Labette County High School. Bates with it, guarded by Barkus as the Vikings open up in a straight man-to-man defense. Phillips gets it into the big man Baker, kicks it out for a wide-open 3. Off the back iron, no good. Boy, Baker went over everybody, including Wheat, and he is going to put it in. And Labette County leads it 2-0. They did not have a single field goal in the first quarter when these teams met back in December. This time it only takes them about 20 seconds to get on the board. Keel on the baseline. It's like LC has opened up in a straight man-to-man as well. Trey Mack, cutter to the basket is Keel. He drug his pivot foot. That's going to be a traveling violation. If you're just joining us, we are just underway. 7:14 to go in quarter number 1. Grizzlies leading the Vikings 2-0. Bates into the front court. Guarded closely by Barkus. Swings it over to Heston. Now Baker has it out at the top of the key. He's going to launch a 3. Way off the mark, no good. Rebounded by J.J. Kendrick. Vikings looking to run. Landon Wheat kicks it out to Kendrick. Cut off on the baseline, gets it back out to Trey Mack. He wants a 3. It's good. Trey Mack, he doesn't shoot a lot, Tony, but when he's open,
he knocks him down.
He can knock it down. Vikes lead 3-2, and we have a foul.
That's going to be on Trey Mack. No, J.J. Kendrick.
So J.J. with the reach in, picks up his first and the team's first. 6:35 to go in our first quarter. Parsons leading Labette County 3-2. Grizzlies inbounding from the baseline. Heston. It's out top to Phillips. 6'4" senior guarded by J.J. Kendrick. Over to Heston. Trying to get down the paint. Now gives it off to Baker as poked away. Somehow he got it back, loses it again, and tie up on the floor.
Should be Viking basketball.
And on the alternating possession, it does go to the Vikes. I don't know. Baker tried a three-pointer, missed badly, and he's tried to put the ball on the floor a couple of times and didn't look all that great doing it. You might think about posting him up, take advantage of that 6'8" frame. Vikes with the ball in the 1-point lead. Trey Mack swings it over to Kendrick. JJ with a quick move. He explodes to the basket, scores. They wipe it off, Tony, and that is 2 fouls on J.J. Kendrick.
That's unbelievable. There's no way that's an offensive foul.
Well, that's the biggest reason that is a huge call is because it's the second foul on J.J. Kendrick.
Yeah, I thought he pulled up. It looked like he pulled up and took the shot. I didn't think.
Yeah, we are pretty far away from the action. But yeah, from our vantage point, looked like a clean play. Nice move by Baker baseline. Did he take steps? He did. I didn't see the travel, but he shuffled his feet apparently. Vikes catch a break because he made a nice move down on the baseline, got past Landon Wheat for an easy layup.
A basket on each side wiped away.
So the big story in the early going, 2 fouls already on J.J. Kendrick. Jump shot is no good. Well off the mark that time by Trey Mack. Goes over to the Grizzlies. 5:38 to go in quarter number 1. Parsons leads it 3-2. Xavier Phillips gives it off to Keegan Bates, the point guard. Still being guarded by Barkas. Now to Heston. Looks to drive, kicks it out to Phillips. Thought about a 3. Hands off to Baker, back out. Heston wants the 3, can't get it to go, and nice tip out by Landon Wheat. And then a silly pass is going to be a turnover. And here comes Phillips on the move.
He turned it right back over.
He lost the handle, and here come the Vikes the other way. Boy, look at Barkas getting right into the 6'8" Baker. And
that's awesome.
When you're 5'9" going up against 6'8", that's exactly the way to do it. Go right into their chest and see if you can get the call. So Baker picks up his first. Barkas to the line to shoot 2. First one is good for the 5'9" junior. The Vikes lead 4-2. Barkas gets his first point of the night. It doesn't take much time, just puts it up and rattles it home. And here comes Dante Sawyer. He will replace Keel in the Viking lineup. So exactly 5 minutes to play in quarter number 1. Parsons leading this one 5-2. Bates on the far side of the floor, working against Barkas. Gives it off to Nash, the freshman. Now to Baker. Heston, nice drive. And he's going to lay it in. That was a nice move by Heston. Gets Labette County within 1 at 5-4. Tallest quickly at the other end, a 3-pointer, no good. I didn't even see Tallest check in. Quickly at the other end. Vikes a little slow back on defense. Fortunately, the shot missed. I think, ball kicked. And who touched it last? We're going to have a foul call, I think, on the Grizzlies. That's a tough call on the freshman, Nolan Nash.
Yeah, Vikings got a break there.
So Nash picks up his first and the team's second. 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Parsons with the ball and a 1-point lead. Sawyer, bounce pass to Wheat. Right back to Sawyer. He's open for 3. Got it. You just can't leave him open. Got a nice screen for Landon Wheat, and it's 8-4. Vikes by 4. Nice cut to the basket, and reverse layup goes down for Nolan Nash. 8-6, Vikes by 2. Barkas picks up his dribble, out to Wheat. Landon wants a 3. Got it.
Unbelievable.
Landon Wheat knocks
2 great
it down.
shots.
Talked about how hard points were to come by the first time these teams met. All of a sudden, the scoring has increased quite a bit here. Vikes leading at 11-6. Baker on the baseline. Takes 2 dribbles, spin move, scores off the glass, and he's fouled. Nice low post move by the 6'8 senior. And I believe they got Landon Wheat.
Yeah.
for the personal.
Referee Nick Longs wanted to know what Landon said there after the call. He went up to him and said, "What'd you say?" And Landon just shrugged and started laughing.
It's not like he's going to admit anything.
Yeah.
So 3:24 to go in the first quarter. Parsons leading it 11-8. Hudson Baker to the line. He's a decent free throw shooter for a big guy. And that one's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Wheat. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Parsons leading it 11-8. Tullis with a nice drive. Did he take steps? Boy, he did everything right, Tony. But
yep,
I think
took one extra step, I think.
So tough break for Tullis and the Vikes. Here comes Bates with it. Grizzlies can tie on this trip with a three-pointer. Xavier Phillips goes right by everybody and scores off the glass. Not very good defense that time by the Vikings. 11-10, and the Vikes just threw it away.
4 turnovers on the Vikes already.
Barkus quickly off the bench. He's going to come back in. Dylan Johnson, 6'3" junior, will check in for the Grizzlies. 2:55 to go in our opening quarter. Parsons leading Labette County 11-10. We mentioned earlier, this is the game of the year for the Grizzlies. They only have 2 wins on the season. They would love to get win number 3 tonight against the Vikings. Phillips almost lost it, gets it over to Heston. Goes baseline.
Nice
great
steal.
Anticipation by Barkus. Up ahead to Wheat. 6'4" senior takes it himself all the way into the paint, gets a couple guys in the air, scores, and is fouled. Great play by Landon Wheat.
That's our first 2-point basket, Scott. All the other 3 were all 3-pointers.
Plus a couple of free throws by Connor Barkus, and we'll see if Wheat can complete the 3-point play. He does. He now has 6 points, and the Vikes lead at 14-10. 2:28 to go in quarter number 1. Bates, crossover dribble. It's up a little floater in the paint. No good, but there's the big 6'8" Baker putting it back in as Landon Wheat backs off and let him have it. 6 points already for Baker. He only had 10 back in December. 2-point lead for the Vikes. Tullis, nice drive on the baseline. And boy, Vikes caught a break. Went off Landon Wheat, but then at the last second, went off the leg of Hudson Baker, and the Vikes will retain possession. Wheat's going to get a breather, replaced by Trey Mack. So the Vikes have Mack, Barkus, Keel, Tullis, and Sawyer on the floor. Sawyer for 3, no good. Grizzlies weren't ready on the weak side, and the Vikes got an offensive rebound, then a wild shot by
Wow, that
Sawyer,
should have been
no
a
good.
foul.
Did he get pushed in the back?
Wow.
Yeah, I thought there should have been 2 free throws coming for Sawyer. The other end, Heston got fouled, no call, and then his shot is no good. Letting some contact go all of a sudden. Knocked out at the other end by the Grizzlies. It'll stay with Parsons. Down to 1:38 to go in quarter number 1. Parsons leading at 14-12. Again, when these teams played back in December, the score at the end of the first quarter was 7-1 in favor of the Vikes. Sawyer gets fouled out top by Dylan Johnson.
Both teams shooting 50% right now. Vikes are 4 for 8. And Labette County is 6 for 12.
So much better shooting from the field than we saw 6 weeks ago. Sawyer kicks it out to Tullis, almost threw it away. Tullis in the paint, nowhere to go. Now to Keel, out top to Sawyer. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Vikes with the ball in a 2-point lead. Trey Mack finds a cutter under the basket. It's Keel for an easy layup. Nice offense right there by the Vikes. 16-12, Vikes by 4. Johnson into Baker. To Phillips, they kick it out for a wide open 3 from the baseline. Nothing but net for Barrett Heston. He now has 5 points. It's a 1-point game, 16-15. Vikes by 1, 52 seconds to go in our opening quarter. Barkus with it. And Trey Mack now from the free throw line. Keel can't get the roll, and Baker with the defensive board for the Grizzlies. They will have a chance to take the lead on this trip. Parsons leading at 16-15. Oh, how about an offensive foul? Oh, I can't believe it. Mack was standing there waiting for Baker. I don't understand that at all.
Yep.
2 free throws coming for Hudson Baker. Trey Mack picks up his first and the team's fourth. 28. Go ahead, Tony.
Tough call there.
Yeah, it was. 28 seconds to go in quarter number 1, and we're tied at 16 as Baker knocks down the first free throw. He's had a good first quarter for the Grizzlies. He has 7 of their 16. He's 1 out of 2 from the line. Trying to give the Grizzlies, I think this would be their first lead since they led 2-0.
You are right.
Baker takes his time, shots up, and he's going to be a little bit short with that one. Rebounded by Landon Wheat. So the Vikes will hold for the final shot. We have 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 16. Sawyer looks over at Coach Houck, being guarded by Keegan Bates. Down to 11 seconds. Dante Sawyer to Wheat. Splits a couple of defenders, gets fouled, and he scores. What an athletic play.
Yep.
By Landon Wheat.
That's big time there because that puts a second foul on Baker, which honestly could have been the third if they'd have called it on the offensive side down here.
That's a good point. So 2 fouls on Baker, 2 on J.J. Kendrick here in the first quarter. Free throw by Wheat is good. He's had an outstanding first quarter. 3-point lead for the Vikes. That looked like a double dribble. Sure enough, it's a turnover. And the Vikes have 4 seconds to work with. 19-16. Vikes on top by 3. I would look for a 3-pointer from Sawyer or something in the paint for Landon Wheat. Let's see what Coach Houck calls. Keel will throw it in. Baker's out of the game. They get it to Sawyer. Puts it on the floor. Gets a man in the air. Oh, and it was still partially blocked. Nice defense by the Grizzlies, and we've reached the end of the first quarter with your score. Parsons 19, Grizzlies 16. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on B93. And we're back live at Labette County High School as we get going here in quarter number 2. Grizzlies have the first possession, but it's the Vikings with a 3-point lead, 19-16. J.J. Kendrick back out on the floor with those 2 fouls. Meanwhile, Hudson Baker, 2 fouls for the Grizzlies, is still sitting on the bench. Kendrick had a long breather after he picked up that second foul back in the first quarter. Phillips working on Tullis. It's a little shot off the glass. Is going to go down for Nolan Nash. The freshman has 4 points. 1-point lead for the Vikes at 19-18. Believe it or not, J.J. Kendrick with it. Landon Wheat only had 2 points when these teams played last. I can't remember if he was injured or sick. I think he was a little gimpy. I think he had some foul trouble too. Only had 2 points. He already has 9 points here tonight for the Vikes. As the ball gets knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Parsons. 1-point lead for the Vikes, 19-18, 7:04 to go in quarter number 2. Kendrick having a little bit of trouble getting it in and lobs it way out top to Keel. Now to Mack in the corner, back out to Kendrick out near the half-court line. Hands it back to Mack. He's guarded by Bates. Picks up his dribble, needs some help. Gets it to Keel. Keel cut off. Now to Tullis. To JJ. You know JJ's itching to get going. There he goes with a nice drive. Got fouled, and he scores. Man, he is one of the best I've seen in a long time at going downhill. He gets his first basket of the night. And they get the foul on number 24, Barrett Heston, 6'1" sophomore, his first. Free throw is good for J.J. Kendrick. I mentioned he knocked down 14 free throws when these teams played back in December. He led the way for the Vikes that night with 23 points. 22-18.
Wow,
boy,
that's
right
got to be offensive or something.
And now they're going to get a foul underneath. Phillips went hard. Who did he go into? Was that Tullis that he just barreled into?
I think they hit. I think it went face to face. I think Tullis got hit in the mouth.
And after all that, Tullis ends up getting whistled for a foul on a reach-in. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Vikes leading at 22-18. Phillips gets it in on a nice drive, and scoring off the glass is Heston. He has 7 points. 2-point lead for the Vikes. But there goes J.J. Kendrick. He got fouled, no call, but he scores anyway. 5 points for J.J. Kendrick after sitting out most of the first quarter with 2 early fouls. 24-20, Vikes by 4. A little over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Phillips out top to Johnson. Johnson, a couple of dribbles. Near steal. Now Nash gets to drive to Johnson in the corner. Johnson goes baseline, took steps, so they missed it. 3-pointer, no good. And J.J. Kendrick fights for the rebound. J.J. reverses direction out to a wide open Sawyer for 3. He knocks it down. That's his second 3-pointer of the night. Vikings have their biggest lead at 27-20. Bates cut off in the paint. Up and under move, no good, but he's fouled by Mack. And 2 free throws coming. Trey Mack picks up his second.
Wow.
Baker is going to check back in with those 2 fouls after this first free throw.
Yeah, both teams shooting over 50%, Scott.
Yeah, the offenses have looked much better here tonight. First free throw off the back iron, no good. Bates will have 1 more. He's still looking for his first point. Johnson heads to the bench.
Baker checks back in for the Grizzlies.
Nash and also Briggs Knight, 5'10" junior, checks in for the first time. Bates' second free throw is good. 27-21, Vikes by 6, 5:24 to go in the first half.
Yeah, the Vikes are going to have to keep the pedal to the metal. They're 3 made shots here in this quarter, no misses. So they just need to keep it going.
Sawyer with it. Down low to Tullis. Tullis goes baseline, but he's cut off. Sawyer thought about a 3. Phillips did a good job getting out on him, so he just drives, got it blocked from behind by the 6'4" Phillips. Phillips looks like he wants to take it himself. Now he kicks it out. It's a turnover. Vikes have it. Here comes J.J. Kendrick with it. Pulls up. Tullis. Good look to Wheat. Wheat was ready to dunk it.
Oh, he saved it.
Vikes saved it somehow. J.J. Kendrick. Into the paint.
Oh, that should have been a foul.
Boy, a lot of
Baker.
contact. No call. Here comes LC on the move. Great pass, but great defense. Who's going to get it? That's great hustle by J.J. Kendrick. The ball ends up going off the foot of Hudson Baker.
Yeah, Vikings got a break there.
4.5 minutes to go before halftime. Parsons has the basketball and a 6-point lead. They led 19-16 at the end of the first quarter. Right now they're up 27-21. Kendrick loses it. They're at the other end, shot. Oh, they're going to get Kendrick with his 3rd foul.
No way.
JJ thought it was all ball, and he's going to have to head to the bench.
That's definitely not a good call there.
You know, whether it was a good call or a bad call, you know, JJ he's got to be aware of the situation. He's too valuable to this team.
Yeah.
Let him have the wide open layup, and that way he can stay on the floor. They need his athleticism. 2 free throws coming. The first one no good for Nolan Nash. He has 4 points. 27-21 is your score. Vikes by 6, 4:18 to go in the first half. Nash's second free throw is good. And we have a timeout on the floor, 27-22. Vikes by 5, 4:18 to go. Just a 30-second break. We'll keep it here at the gym. Tony, a bit of more entertaining basketball game than it was back in December so far. But, you know, you're right. I think the Vikes just need to stay aggressive on the offensive end. LC, they've shot well tonight. LC typically does struggle to score. That's one of the reasons they only have 2 wins on the year. But I'll tell you, my biggest concern right now, the 3 fouls on J.J. Kendrick, because not only do you worry about him fouling out, he could lose a lot of aggressiveness now on both ends of the floor. Yeah,
and Coach Houck talked a little bit in the post-game last game about the motor of J.J. Kendrick. He's so good, and he goes to the basket and then he controls himself usually very well. Doesn't usually foul a lot, so it's pretty surprising to see him in foul trouble.
Trey Mack. Did they call that on Trey Mack?
I don't know.
Wow, that's a heck of a call. After all the contact they let go, I think they said that Trey Mack kind of shoved off a little bit. That is his 3rd foul, Tony.
Wow.
3 on Kendrick, 3 on Mack. Hudson Baker had 2 back in the first quarter. He's still out on the floor right now for the Grizzlies as they try to inch a little bit closer. Like stay in a man-to-man defense. Phillips with it. Goes baseline and bad pass. Great anticipation by Sawyer. He challenges a couple of guys. Are they going to count it? They do. They count the basket at the other end. Sawyer will go to the line. That's a big play by Dante Sawyer.
Just the recognition that, you know, he could run the floor. And that's a
first foul on Briggs tonight.
Yep.
3:33 to go in our first half. Vikes lead at 29-22. Sawyer's free throw is good. He now has 9 points. 8-point lead for the Vikes, 30-22. Xavier Phillips kicks it over to Knight. Now over to Lamb, who is on the floor for the Grizzlies. Phillips wants a 3. Got it. Grizzlies needed that. 30-25. Oh, at the other end. Knocking it down is Joe Keel. Did they just give him a 2? He must have had his foot on the line. Nope, it was a 3-pointer on the scoreboard. I thought they only signaled
that should have been that is a turnover.
Here comes Joe Keel again. Cut off, gives it to Tullis.
If I was the Vikes, I would go straight at Hudson Baker.
3-pointer in and out for Trey Mack. I agree, Tony. And Baker gets the rebound. 8-point lead for the Vikes, 33-25, and a great steal by Landon Wheat. Quick outlet to Trey Mack. He gets fouled, and he's going to have 2 free throws. Foul is going to be on the freshman, Nolan Nash. And if Mack can knock these down, the Vikes will have a double-digit lead with 2:35 to go in the first half. Jagger Quirin's going to get ready to check in for the first time tonight.
The big difference I see currently, Vikings with 4 turnovers early on in the game, and they've only had 1 since. The Labette County had 2 early, and then they had 1 really, really late right there, right with this, like 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and they've already got 4 here in the second. So
yeah, they've had some poor passes. Both free throws go down for Trey Mack. He has 5 points, and 35-25. Vikes with their first double-digit lead of the night. Those 3 fouls, Mack heads to the bench. Coach House going to have to work around some foul trouble with Mack and Kendrick. A couple of subs came in for the Grizzlies as well. Keegan Bates to Johnson to Knight. Grizzlies need a basket. They are down by 10. Heston working against Quirin. Missed it, and there's the 6'4" Landon Wheat with the rebound. Keel in the corner to Tullis. Out top to Quirin. He's a good outside shooter. Picks up his dribble, hands off to Sawyer. Up and under, no good. Challenged Phillips, but couldn't get it to go. 2 minutes to go in the half. Grizzlies with the ball, trailing by 10. Johnson for 3. No good. Keel with the rebound. He's had some good minutes here in the second quarter for the Vikes. Over to Landon Wheat in the corner. He wants a three off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Knight. Minute 40 to go in the first half. Vikes continue to lead by 10. Johnson picks up his dribble. Boy, Vikes, the poor closeout. They caught a break there. It's a three-pointer, no good by Heston, rebounded by Landon Wheat. Minute 25 to go in the first half. Vikes leading at 35-25. See if they're a little more patient on this trip. Coach Hout, if he was wanting to set something up maybe for Landon Wheat. Wheat does have it. Once Landon kicks it out to Keel, now to Tullis. Tullis to Sawyer. Step back three. Did not get the roll. There's Tullis with an offensive rebound. Hands it off. Basket's going to go down, and it counts, and a foul. Good work on the offensive glass by the Vikes. Dante Sawyer does it again. I think it was Trey Tullis with the assist. 37-25, Vikes by 12. Wow, with those three fouls, Trey Mack going to go back on the floor, Tony. I'm a little bit surprised.
There's not a whole lot of offensive rebounds in this game, but that one right there was huge.
Free throw by Sawyer is good. He has 12 points, 9 of those here in the second quarter. He's going to get a well-deserved rest. 38-25, Vikes by 13, 55 seconds to go in the half. Bates into the front court, picked up by Mack. See if he goes at him, tries to get that fourth foul on Mack. Get over to Scheibe, Drew Scheibe on the floor for the Grizzlies. Hudson Baker sitting on the bench right now. Johnson with a guarded three, off the mark, no good, and over the back.
Scheibe.
Drew Scheibe, and that's going to be 2 free throws at the other end. And Tony, this game was close for the first quarter and a half. The Vikes, the last few minutes have pulled away here. They can, a couple of made free throws here, they'll be up by 15.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Joe Kill could knock these two down.
Kill with 5 points here in the first half. His first free throw, got it.
Rattled it.
I would say this is his best half that he's played, certainly offensively this year for the Vikes. And it's also the most comfortable and confident he has looked as well. So good first half for the sophomore. Second one is good. He got them both. 15-point lead for the Vikes. They put up 40 points against the Grizzlies. Lead up 40-25. Johnson on the baseline, kicks it out for a three. It's off the mark, no good. And who's going to get this loose ball? The Vikes have it. Quirin. Vikes probably want to hold for one here. Mack into the front court. They'll hand off to Sawyer with 15 seconds. Vikes lead at 40-25. 10 seconds to go in the half. Sawyer with 7 seconds. Into the paint, gives it to Wheat, and he lays it in. Great execution by the Vikes, and that is going to be the end of the first half with your score. Excuse me, Parsons 42, Grizzlies 25. We'll be back in 3 minutes. This is the Viking basketball on B93. And we are back live at Labette County High School. We are at halftime. Time for our Eye Care Associate halftime report, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Tony, Vikings scored 42 points for the entire game when these teams played back in December. They put up 42 points in the first half, lead Labette County 42-25. And nice job by the Vikes working around that foul trouble. J.J. Kendrick and Trey Mack saddled with 3 fouls.
Yeah, just looking at the stats, nothing really stands out a whole lot. I mean, just a little bit of an advantage in every area for the Vikings. The Vikings ended up with 14 rebounds to Labette County's 12. Vikings ended up only 1 turnover in the second quarter. That helped a lot. They only have 5 for the game, and Labette County ended up with 7 for the first half. And shooting is 13-24 for the Vikings at 53%. Labette County 10 for 23 at 42%. And, the Vikings seems like they made some threes, and then they had a lot of and ones, at least 3 and ones. So I feel like I don't have the scorebook in front of me, but it seems like the Vikings had to have made a lot more free throws than Labette County in the first quarter, or in the first half.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know if they missed any free throws, Tony. Let's see here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11 out of 11.
Yeah, it's pretty
for the Vikings.
It's pretty good.
And the Grizzlies only made 3 free throws.
3 for 5 or 3 for 6?
Yeah, 3 for 7, it looks like.
3 for 7,
3 for
wow.
7, yeah.
So that's a big difference. That's 8 points.
Yeah.
8 of that 17.
Yeah.
And then we had more 3-pointers. I mean, and then a couple turnovers at a couple extra baskets. And, I mean, that's how you get a 17-point lead.
Yeah, and I'll run down the scoring totals real quick. Very balanced scoring for the Vikings. They were led by Dante Sawyer with 12 points. He got 9 of those in the second quarter. Landon Wheat scored 9 in the first quarter. He went into the halftime with 11 points, so Sawyer and Wheat both in double figures. Joe Keel with a good first half for the Vikings had 7 points, 5 points for Trey Mack, 5 points for J.J. Kendrick, and 2 points for Connor Barkas. So, this is a 17-point lead, Tony, and Jagger Queern and Trey Tullis didn't even break into the scoring column.
Yeah.
Jagger didn't get a lot of minutes, and Tullis can score, but he's also very unselfish. He had a couple of nice assists in the first half.
Yeah, he had a couple of looks underneath the basket. One time he dished it off to Wheat, and then the other time dished it off to Sawyer. So, I mean, I think on a couple of occasions he could have probably turned around and put it up himself.
Right. Yep.
But he just seen the open guy coming to the basket, and both times resulted in points. One by Wheat, one by Sawyer. That's just the 2 that I can 100% remember.
Yeah.
So, still, even though he didn't score, like you said, his presence on the court is valuable to this Vikings team.
Yeah, he plays good defense and always hustles, always willing to sacrifice his body, dive on the floor after loose balls. As far as the Grizzlies go, they also had balanced scoring. They just really got dominated about the final 4.5 minutes of the first half. They were led by Hudson Baker and Barrett Heston with 7 points apiece. Xavier Phillips, Nolan Nash had 5 points apiece, and then Keegan Bates, 5'7" sophomore, had 1 point. 42-25, Vikes in control, leading it by 17. Tony, the Vikes haven't had a lot of blowouts this year when they've been on the winning side of it, so I'll be curious to see how they handle it, having the 17-point lead coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, this is not a team in the Vikings that's going to normally blow somebody out. They've had a lot of close games this year, and some of the big wins. I mean, I'm just thinking back before Christmas I just think of that Wichita Collegiate game that was just unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a spectacular game.
I mean, that was a performance by the Vikes that, I hadn't seen in a long time, because that Wichita Collegiate team was a tough team. And I feel like, seems like when the Vikings have a tough matchup, they've stepped up to the plate. At Frontenac, was a tough matchup, and they stepped up and scored a lot of points. And even against Pittsburgh last Wednesday night at home, scoring 70-some points.
Right.
And it was a 3-point game going into the fourth quarter of that game. So, but the Vikings have struggled, Scott, probably the last 4 games in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's true.
So the Vikings need to you almost want to just have to where, they don't want to think about too much and just keep driving to the basket and getting to the free throw line. And when that happens, you're shooting free throws 11 for 11.
Yeah.
You got to keep going to the basket.
Yeah, their free throw shooting, I mentioned it earlier when they played in December, they mainly J.J. Kendrick. But overall, the team shot free throws very well, and you can't get better than 11 for 11 in the first half. And, LC, they struggled mightily from the free throw line the first time these teams played, and it's only a little bit better here tonight, still under 50% at 3 out of 7.
Yeah, it looks like same starters for Labette County. I think same starters for the Vikings.
Yeah, I didn't know if with the 17-point lead, I thought Mack and/or Kendrick might start out on the bench.
Yeah, they could have, I think, waited 2 or 3 minutes of game clock to bring them in. But
we'll see how it goes.
Rolling the dice here.
Vikes will have the first possession of the second half. LC opens up in a man-to-man. Keel thought about getting it into Wheat. Now gives it off to Kendrick. JJ hands off to Mack. Trey Mack, spin move. Jump shot, goes down. Nice move by the senior. He has 7 points. 44-25. Vikes with their biggest lead of the night.
That's surprising. Trey Mack, not normal to shoot a lot. So that's great to see him shooting.
Grizzlies with a lot of work to do here in the second half. Hudson Baker almost took steps. Finds a teammate underneath for the layup. And then a whistle. Do we have a timeout?
I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm not sure why we had a stoppage in play. Keegan Bates got his first basket. He now has 3 points. 44-27, Vikes by 17, 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Mack into the front court, picked up by Nash. Mack crossover. He's going to shoot again from 14. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Terrible outlet pass. Keel kicks it out to Barkas. He wants the 3. No good, but a follow miss by Mack, and then
they say it's a foul, so Mack's going to go to the line.
Okay, so Mack is going to go to the line. Baker can't believe it. Did they get the foul on Baker? No, I believe they got it. No, I'm still waiting. Did they get it on
21?
Okay, they got it on Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, the Grizzlies can't believe it.
So 2 free throws for Trey Mack. He didn't get the roll. That is the first miss tonight for the Vikings from the free throw line. They're now 11 out of 12. They still enjoy a 17-point lead, 6:58 to go in the third quarter. Mack's second free throw is good. 45-27, Vikes by 18. Here comes Labette County with it. Keegan Bates gets it out to Heston. Around the top of the key, guarded by the senior J.J. Kendrick. Bates on the left wing to Johnson. Good entry pass to Baker. He towers over everybody and scores easily with the left hand. 9 points for Baker. 45-29, Vikes with the ball in the lead. J.J. Kendrick out to Landon Wheat. Fakes the 3, drives, couldn't get it to go, and rebounded by Baker. Grizzlies on the move. Bates cut off in the paint. It out to Johnson for a wide open 3. Off the back iron, no good, and rebounded by J.J. Kendrick. Kendrick to Landon Wheat. Wheat almost took steps. Kicks it out to Keel. Out of Trey Mack. Coach out, shouting some instructions from the sideline. Vikes up 45-29, 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Oh, bad pass, and it's going to be a turnover. Here come the Grizzlies. Boy, that could have been the 4th foul on Trey Mack. That was close. Dangerous pass, but they get it to Landon Wheat. Out to Keel. He puts it on the floor. Kendrick calling for it. He thought about the three. Said it's going to be a step back three for Wheat. Rounded off, no good, and Baker with the rebound underneath for the Grizzlies. 45-29, Vikes by 16. They do not get out on the shooter at all. That is an easy three-pointer for Barrett Heston. He now has double figures with 10. Grizzlies inching a little bit closer, 45-32, Vikes by 13. Vikes led by 17 at the break. Trey Mack with it to Keel. Out top to Barkus. Now to Kendrick. He wants a three-pointer. It's good. J.J. Kendrick now with 8 points, and we have a timeout on the floor with your score. Parsons 48, Grizzlies 32. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93. Welcome back, everybody. 4:46 to go in quarter number 3. Parsons leading the Grizzlies 48-32. Labette County will have the basketball coming out of this timeout. They'll send out Phillips, Bates, Nash, Baker, and also Barrett Heston, who's the leading scorer for the Grizzlies tonight with 10 points. Dante Sawyer, Trey Tullis out on the floor now for the Vikes out of that timeout. Keegan Bates guarded by Sawyer. Gives it off to Heston. Baker calling for the ball. They couldn't get it to him. Heston goes baseline. Did he step on the baseline? Nope, I think we had an illegal screen. No, he must have just stepped on the baseline. No foul. Here comes Joe Keel with it. Now off to Sawyer. Vikes with the ball in a 16-point lead. 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Nice scoop shot in the paint is going to go for Dante Sawyer. Another assist for Trey Tullis. 18-point lead quickly at the other end, laying it in off the glass. Keegan Bates. Nice play by the 5'7" sophomore. Keel wants a three-pointer at the other end. In and out, no good. Loose ball. And it ends up in the hands of the Grizzlies. They lob it up, and it somehow ends up in the hands of a Grizzly. They missed the easy layup, and now the Vikes complicate everything as Hudson Baker got the offensive board. He scores, and he is fouled. When that big guy has it that close to the basket, Tony, just let him have it.
It's tough to guard when he gets that close.
2 fouls now on Tullis. Baker's free throw off the mark, no good. Tullis gets the rebound. Here come the Vikes with the ball in a 14-point lead. Sawyer guarded out there by, looks like Grizzlies maybe have switched defenses. I think they've gone to a zone. Barkus. Oh, lazy pass. It's going to be an easy steal for Phillips. And he hands off to Baker. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That wasn't a terrible foul there.
Yeah, it was only the first on Sawyer, so that's no big deal. And Baker is only so-so at the free throw line. In fact, I have him 1 out of 4 officially. He has 11 points to lead the way for the Grizzlies. 6'8" senior puts it up, and it's good. 50-37, Vikes by 13. Kendrick and Mack check in, replacing Barkus and Keel. Hudson Baker. Second free throw on the way is good. He got them both. So the Grizzlies have got this down to 12 points. Vikes could use a basket on this trip. Tullis gets trapped, gets it to Mack. Trying to dribble out of trouble, gets it to Kendrick. Got the big man Baker in the middle of this zone. They find Mack open for a three. He got it.
Wow.
Trey Mack scoring very well in this game. He's now in double figures with 11. Near turnover, Grizzlies save the possession, but it's a 15-point lead for the Vikes, 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Bates with it on the left wing. Gets it to Baker, just inside the three-point line to Phillips, right back to Baker for an easy score.
That give and go's pretty tough there.
Big to big, basically, the 6'4 Phillips to the 6'8 Baker.
Uh-oh.
Boy, Vikes are going to run down a loose ball. They have it possession with a 13-point lead, 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Grizzlies put up 15 points already in this quarter. JJ thought about a three-pointer. Now gives it to Sawyer. The Grizzlies let Sawyer get all the way to the basket, and he scores off the glass. 16 points for the 5'10 junior. Vikes lead by 15. Well, near traveling violation, no call. Freshman with a floater off the glass is going to go. Nolan Nash playing well. He has 7 points. 55-42.
Wide open.
Yep. Poor defense that time by the Grizzlies. Trey Tullis got behind the defense, and he has an easy layup for his first basket of the night. 57-42. Shot at the other end, no good by Phillips. A lot of contact, no call. So Vikes have the ball, 15-point lead, minute 25 to go in quarter number 3. Heston guarding Kendrick out near half court. JJ dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to Sawyer for a three, can't get the roll, and Phillips has the rebound. Quick outlet pass and a block from behind, but Baker's there to clean up the mess. Easy layup. He has 10 points in this quarter. He leads all scorers now with 17. 57-44, and Mack just lost it. The other end, they're going to call a touch foul on Trey Mack, and he almost got a technical. I disagree with the foul, Tony, but he should have gotten as far away from the ball handler as possible. Nash scores.
That's 9 made field goals by Labette County in this quarter.
Yeah, they've played very well. They have this down to a working margin now. If Nash gets his free throw to go, it's only going to be a 10-point lead for the Vikes. And the free throw is good. We wondered how the Vikes would handle being up big at halftime, Tony, and they really haven't done that bad on the offensive end. But man, the Grizzlies have been lights out.
Yeah, the Vikings scored 6 baskets.
57-47 as the Grizzlies go back to a zone, trying to switch defenses up, keep the Vikings off balance. Grizzlies have put up 22 points in this quarter. Sawyer backs out. Tullis wants a three. No good. Rebounded by Baker. Grizzlies can get this down to single digits on this trip. Nash. They should hold for one shot, and they're going to get the first possession of the fourth quarter as well. So this is big. The Vikes need a defensive stop right here. Nash with it. 7 seconds to go. You know Baker wants a touch. They throw it away, but they run it down. Oh, and a foul on Dante Sawyer. Fortunately, no free throws. Sawyer's second. 2.4 seconds to work with for the Grizzlies. Keel will check in, and he will replace J.J. Kendrick.
Yeah, you don't want him to pick up that fourth foul in those last 2 seconds.
Great quarter for the Grizzlies. Probably their best offensive quarter of the entire season. They get it into the corner. Do we have a traveling violation? What do we have?
Stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Stepped on the line. So now the Vikes will have 1.2 seconds to work with. And it's going to be a long shot that is no good. And we've reached the end of the third quarter with your score. Parsons 57, Grizzlies 47. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93. back live at Labette County High School. Vikes lead at 57-47 as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Tony, Vikes led by 17 at the break, and if you had told me, hey, Parsons is going to score 15 in the third quarter, I thought, hey, we'll be in good shape going into quarter number 4, but the Grizzlies exploded for 22 points, 10 of those by Hudson Baker, their 6'8 senior. So they are right in this thing, and the Grizzlies have the first possession of the fourth quarter.
Both teams have made 19 field goals. 19-38 for Labette County, 19 for 37 for Parsons, so pretty much equal there.
Difference is probably at the free throw line. Grizzlies get it into Baker. Oh, he had good position, and he does score off the glass. You know, Landon Weed only has one foul. I'd like to see him maybe get a little bit more aggressive on both ends of the floor here in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies haven't been this close in a long time. 57-49, Vikes by 8. Grizzlies go to their zone. Xavier Phillips out at the top, causing some issues. And then the big man Baker right in the middle as a rim protector. Sawyer wide open for 3. Off the mark, no good. That's what the Grizzlies were hoping for. Rebounded by Baker. Heston gets around a couple of defenders. He scores with the left hand. Timeout on the floor. The Grizzlies from 17 down at halftime, only down 6, 57-51, 7-11 to go in our game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93. Grizzlies with the first 4 points of the fourth quarter. Trail the Vikings only by 6. Vikings led by as many, I want to say as 19 in this game. They led by 17 at halftime. Play has resumed as the Grizzlies stay in their zone defense. See if the Vikings can attack it a little bit better. From 15, Sawyer got it.
Much needed basket.
Quickly at the other end, Baker, Vikings with poor defense. It's an easy layup for Baker. He has 21 points to lead all scorers. 59-53, wide open. Keel for 3, got it. Big night for Joe Keel. He's in double figures with 10, 62-53. Vikes by 9. Phillips driving. You know, and they're kind of doing what the Vikings do to a lot of teams, Tony. They're starting to drive downhill, and, you know, the Vikings should be the quicker team.
Yeah.
But right now, they're just being outworked by the Grizzlies. Keel picks up his first, and the team's first in the fourth quarter. Baker finds a cutter to the basket, fouled from behind by Joe Keel. His second and the team's second. So Vikes have to be aware they are sending cutters to the basket constantly right now. Still a 9-point lead for the Vikes, 62-53. They try to set up a screen. They get it into Baker. He lost it, and it's a turnover. It just slipped right out of his hands. See, the Vikes can stretch this back out to double digits. They lead by 9, 6:14 to go in our game. Sawyer gets fouled out at the free throw line. Bates said that Sawyer was pushing off, but he's not going to get the call. He said he gets whistled for his first personal and the team's first here in quarter number 4. 62-53, Vikes lead by 9, 6:12 to go in our game. They get the ball out top to J.J. Kendrick. Almost took steps, he did take steps. Little miscommunication there caused J.J. to shuffle his feet. And an unforced turnover there by the Vikes. 6:07 to go in our game. Parsons holding on to a 9-point lead. Tegan Bates, the left wing, guarded by Sawyer, gets it over to Nash. Out top to Baker, gets it into Phillips. Out to Nash, couple of dribbles, gets into the paint. Oh, that is 3 quick fouls on Joe Keel here in the fourth quarter. He didn't have a single foul until this quarter started, and now he has 3, and that is the 3rd team foul as well on the Vikes here in the 4th quarter. Oh, they didn't get the sub in time. They wanted Trey Mack to come in. Nice drive. Scoring off the glass and getting fouled is Keegan Bates. I don't think the Vikes are ready for the Grizzlies driving to the basket with this much aggressiveness. Sawyer picks up his 3rd personal. So it's Kendrick with 3, Sawyer with 3, Keel with 3, and Mack with 4. Nobody, by my count, for the Grizzlies has more than 2. This will be a 2-possession game right here. If Bates gets it, he does not. Off the back iron, the Vikes grab the rebound. 62-55, Vikes by 7, 5:43 to go in our game. Nice drive by JJ, but he's cut off, and then he throws it away. Phillips, bounce pass out of bounds, and I don't think it wasn't touched by the Vikings. It'll go this way.
Vikings catch a break after a silly turnover on this end.
Wow. Just a 7-point lead for the Vikes, and both teams need to be aware of the situation, each value critical the rest of the way. J.J. Kendrick looks over to Coach Houck. Kendrick being guarded by Heston out at half court. In the corner to Sawyer. Goes baseline, gets it to Wheat.
Wheat just doesn't want to take it at Baker for some reason.
For some reason he doesn't, but going downhill and scoring is J.J. Kendrick. He's in double figures with 10. Vikes lead 64-55, 5 minutes to go in our ball game. Nash at the top of the key, gets it to Baker at the free throw line, lobs it in, great catch. Layup missed by Phillips. I think it went off the heel of his hand. It should have been an easy basket for the Grizzlies. Vikes catch another break. Parsons leading by 9, 4:42 to go in our game. Sawyer. Oh, that's a tough shot. He got it to go. Spin move in the paint. And he knocks it down from about 10 feet out. He has 20 points on the night. Oh, but a great cut. Great feed down to Xavier Phillips. He lays it in off the glass. Vikes have given up way too many easy baskets here in the 2nd quarter. And then Grizzlies a little slow getting back on defense. Barkas goes to the basket and gets fouled. He'll have 2 free throws.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get back to a double-digit lead here.
2nd foul on Phillips. Barkas' first free throw is good. He has 3 points. He's 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. Knight checks in along with Johnson for the Grizzlies.
Honestly, Scott, I thought that foul should have been on Bates. Looked like Phillips was clean.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Offensive rebound.
Missed free throw, but an offensive board for the Vikes. They have a 10-point lead, 67-57, 4:10 to go in our game. Been a great effort by the Grizzlies getting back in this thing. They got it down to 7 at one point. Tullis on the low block, guarded by the 6'8 Baker. He'll kick it out. Wheat hasn't looked to score much here in the 2nd half. He had 9 in the 1st quarter. He only has 11 now for the game. Sawyer gets a screen out top. Little give and go, but lead landed Wheat too much, and it's a turnover. Here comes Bates with it. He almost took steps. Gets it out to Johnson, to Knight. Nice drive by Phillips, kicks it off to Baker. He's fouled and he scores. Tony, we don't have a shot chart, but the amount of points that they have in the paint here in the 2nd half has been pretty demoralizing, to be honest. Because
they've had about 5 out of their 6 here in the 4th quarter that have all been in the paint.
Trey Tullis picks up his 3rd. Kendrick, Sawyer, Tullis, Keel with 3, Trey Mack with 4. I hope the Vikes can work around this foul trouble for another 3:27. Huge night for Hudson Baker, 23 points for the 6'8 senior. His free throw is good. So back to a 7-point lead for the Vikes, 67-60, 3:23 to go in our game. Grizzlies will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Oh, good look underneath. Layup is missed, though. Easy layup missed by Trey Mack. Huge break for the Grizzlies. They lob it up for Baker, and he scores off the glass. Closest they have been since early in the second quarter, I believe. 67-62, Vikes lead by only 5. 3:07 to go in our ball game. It was a full timeout, so we'll step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking basketball on B93. Back live at Labette County High School. Looks like we're going to have a good finish. 67-62. Vikes by 5. 3:07 to go in our game, Tony. Vikes should have had a 9-point lead.
Yeah.
Missed an easy layup off a great feed, and then it led to an easy layup at the other end for the Grizzlies. So you go from what you thought was going to be a 9-point lead to only a 5-point lead. Vikes are going to have to really shore things up down the stretch. They have the basketball. Dante Sawyer with it. Grizzlies in a man-to-man. They've take that back. They may have stayed in their zone. And that leaves Sawyer open for 3, but it's no good. Great tip out by Trey Tallis. Mr. Hustle saves the possession for the Vikings. Sawyer with it. And Grizzlies are in a man-to-man. Sawyer still with it out top, keeping his dribble alive. Oh, bad pass. Vikes catch a break and then a foul. Sawyer gets hit hard.
Yeah, that won't be free throws yet. There's five on the Vikings, but only 3rd on the Grizzlies.
Sure, that foul had to be on Bates. Sure enough, his second. 67-62 is your score. Vikes by 5. 2:27 to go in our ball game. Vikings trying to square their season record at 8-8 and their league record at 4-4. They get it into Tallis. Big possession right here for the Vikes. J.J. Kendrick gets around one man, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Landon Wheat. Landon hangs on to it. Vikes been very patient on this possession, then a foul on Xavier Phillips, his 3rd, and the team's 3rd here in the 4th quarter. Make that their 4th team foul. So next foul will put the Vikings at the line to shoot 2. Vikes. And we have another timeout, this one called by the Vikes. 2:11 to go in our game. Parsons leading at 67-62. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking basketball on B93. Well, the Parsons Vikings trying to hang on here and get their 8th win of the year. They led the Grizzlies at halftime 42-25, but the Grizzlies have been very, very efficient on the offensive end this entire second half and have whittled that 17-point deficit down to 5 with 2:11 to go. Vikes get the ball into J.J. Kendrick. I bet you he almost got fouled. He gets into the paint, gets it off to Landon Wheat. Landon just not looking to go to the basket here in the second half. Sawyer to Wheat. Vikings being very patient. I think they're going to make the Grizzlies foul. Tallis wide open for a 3, but he doesn't take it. They're just going to make the Grizzlies play chase, Tony.
Yep, that's a good thing here.
Yep, we're under 2 minutes. We've got 1:40 to go, and now
that might be the 4th foul on Phillips.
Yep, Phillips goes ahead and commits a foul. And it's going to be Trey Tullis headed to the line for 2 free throws. Minute 41 to go in the game. Parsons leading at 67-62. Trey Tullis with 2 points on the night. His free throw spins in and out and back in.
That thing was a spinner.
Whew. Big one coming here. This will make it a 3-possession game if Tullis can get it to go down. 6'1" senior puts it up, and that one's off the mark, no good. And J.J. Kendrick almost had the steal, but his foot was on the baseline. So just a 2-possession game, 68-62. Vikes by 6, minute 39 to go. Vikes have had a hard time getting stops on the defensive end. They need one right here. Bates with it. Gets it over to Nash on the left wing. Now to Baker at the free throw line, working on up and under, stuffed by J.J. Kendrick, but the ball is loose. Picking it up and scoring is the freshman, Nolan Nash.
Wow.
Closest LC has been the entire second half, and then it just went off the foot, I believe, of J.J. Kendrick. No, they're going to say it was touched last by the Grizzlies. 68-64, Vikes by 4. Minute 11 to go in the game. Grizzlies are picking up full court. Keel gets it in to Sawyer. They don't want to foul him.
Oh, he should have went in for the layup.
Yeah, he probably could have had a layup. 1 minute to go. And a quick foul, but I don't think that they wanted to foul J.J. Kendrick, but they didn't want Xavier Phillips to commit the foul. That would have been his 5th. So Keegan Bates picks up his 3rd. And mentioned J.J. knocked down 14 free throws back in December when these teams played. Looking for his 11th point. He got it. Senior, ice water in his veins. Makes it a 5-point lead for the Vikes at 69-64. Second free throw off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Baker. Just 1 out of 2. Xavier Phillips with it. To Bates. Down to 48 seconds. Great steal by Landon Wheat, and he gets fouled. Baker had 2 early fouls. That is just his 3rd now.
It'd be nice if Atlanta could knock these down.
Yeah, we need both of these to go up 7. 46.9 seconds to go in the game. Parsons leading at 69-64. 39 points put up by the Grizzlies here in the second half. First free throw by the 6'4" senior, rolls off, no good. Vikes have had a lot of good fourth quarter. A lot of good free throw shooting in the fourth quarter, but not tonight. Second one is good. He got that one to go. 6-point lead for the Vikes, 70-64. Xavier Phillips kicks it out to Bates. Nice drive with the left hand. No good. Rebounded by J.J. Kendrick. Now they will have to foul quickly because we're down to 30 seconds, and they foul Dante Sawyer. You know, they'd had a lot of success driving tonight, Tony, so I understand that. But when you're down 6, I was kind of thinking they should have tried to run a play for a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Try to get it down to a 1-possession game.
I was surprised they didn't there. So only 31 seconds. These 2 free throws get it back up to 8.
Vikes have been 1 out of 2 every time they've gone to the line here in the fourth quarter. And Sawyer got that one to go. He has 21 points to lead the way for the Vikes tonight. That was a big one. 71-64, Vikes by 7. Second free throw is good. 72-64, Vikes by 8. Xavier Phillips with it. Kicks it out. They wanted the 3, and now they take a guarded 3 that's no good. Baker fighting hard. Who's going to get it? Baker ends up with it and then loses it, and the last thing you want to do is commit a foul, and that's just what happened. Baker will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you don't want
Trey Mack.
Yeah, you don't want to get them shooting free throws with no time going off the clock.
So Trey Mack fouls out. He finishes his night with 11 points. He played well for the Vikes, had to work around a lot of foul trouble. 5'9" senior heads to the bench. It's an 8-point lead for the Vikes, 72-64, 17 seconds to go in our game. Hudson Baker, first free throw is good. Hit the front of the rim and crawled over. He has 27 points tonight, 20 of those here in the second half. Trying to get it down to a 2-possession game. In and out, no good. And who's got it? The Vikings have it. J.J. Kendrick with it. Outlets to Trey Tullis, and it looks like, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to foul. We're down to 7 seconds. The Vikings are going to hang on and win this one. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1 second, and the Parsons Vikings hang on and knock off the Grizzlies by a final score of 72-65. We will be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show in 2 minutes. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93. And welcome back, everybody. Time now for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show, brought to you by Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons. Vikes hang on, get the win over Labette County tonight, 72-65. Tony, Vikes led by 17 at halftime and got all the way down to 5, I think.
Yep.
5-point deficit in the second half. Never, the Grizzlies never got it down to 1 possession, but I don't know about you. My palms were getting a little sweaty there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was one of those things to where, we've had some tough fourth quarters, and I was kind of worried that we might end up losing this game, coming down the stretch. But the Vikings shot the ball well going down the stretch and just did just enough to get the win tonight. And the stats are kind of crazy. Labette County made more field goals, shot a better percentage. They out-rebounded us 27-23, but they had a couple more turnovers than we did. But statistically, Labette County did a lot of good things. It was surprising.
Yeah, they, by my count, 17 made field goals in the second half, and a lot of those were point-blank range with Xavier Phillips and, of course, Hudson Baker, the 6'8" senior. He led the way with 27 points. Vikes were led by Dante Sawyer, and we are joined now by Viking head coach Anthony Howe. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good.
I don't even know how he got up here.
I climbed up on the ball rack, baby.
So,
hey, I'm excited for these kids. I know we would have loved to win by 20-some like we were, but we'll take a win right now. On the road, we'll take it.
Yeah, led by 17 at half. And Tony and I wondered how your team would respond because you haven't really had a lead like that at halftime this season. And you guys kept scoring. You know, you guys scored well all night long.
Yeah.
But, man, Labette County was very efficient in the second half on the offensive end. But, man, you guys figured out a way to hang on and get your 8th win of the year.
Yeah, you know, that's something that's on the scouting report that we've talked about Labette County. I mean, just last Friday they were down 16, I think, in the third quarter to Indy. Came back and beat them.
Yeah.
And we talked about that at halftime. Hey, They're over there in their locker room preaching, we just did this, let's go.
Exactly.
But so I thought our guys, I mean, on the road is loud, a great environment, you know, for a Tuesday night. So, you know, we've seen those things go south on us.
Oh, yeah.
And so for us to be able to handle that in foul trouble, kind of weather the storm, you know, I was very proud of our guys.
Yep, got back to 500.
Yeah.
Yes, 8-8 on the year, 4-4 in the league. Coach, you were led by 5'10" junior Dante Sawyer with 22 points. And how about this guy named Joe Keel? He's in double figures with 10. He had a good night for you.
Played great. Joe and our juniors, we're getting really good stuff from them right now. You know, our seniors are doing a good job, you know, leading from the front. And I'm sure in the opposing locker rooms, our seniors are getting the, you know, getting the name calls and getting the talkabouts type thing. But our juniors are anchoring us right now, and that's a blessing for us.
Well, hopefully we can use this as a springboard. It doesn't get any easier,
that's
for sure, as you go to Pittsburgh. And
then Montgomery County twice next week.
Yeah, so, you know, we had all our home games early in the year, and now, man, we're a bunch of road trips. And but, hey, first one is a win.
We'll take it.
So we will definitely take it. And I know you guys are fighting for position, not just in the SEK, but also still fighting for that home game for Sub-State as well. You guys are right in the mix for that as well.
Yeah, that's not out of the question. I mean, we're going to need a miracle at this point in order to win or tie for league. We're going to need, you know, some other people to really beat other teams. You know, it's going to take a miracle. But yeah, we can still jockey for that 8th spot and maybe a home game and you know, who knows. So that's the goal, just to be playing our best ball. And, hey, if we don't get that 8th seed, this February schedule is going to prepare us to travel. So we're ready for it.
Exactly.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Anytime we can sweep the Grizzlies, it's a good season.
So we'll take it.
So great job.
You know, another thing I'm super proud of our guys of is I mean, we knocked free throws down, you know.
Yeah.
We missed a couple that could have extended it even more, but, you know, we made them when we needed them. And
11 for 11 first half.
Yeah.
So you guys did very well. And, it was a great night. Also, I was going to ask you, Landon Wheat, 9 points in the first quarter, only 12 for the game. It looked like he really backed off. I know you guys were running clock, obviously, late in the game, but it looked like he lost some of his aggressiveness on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he got a little winded. He got tired.
He looked a little gassed.
And with JJ and Trey Mack, both of them hampered with fouls, I couldn't afford to take him out. You know?
Yeah, you
so
leave him
he tugged a couple times, and I said, you got to ride it out, baby.
You guys had to work around a lot of foul trouble tonight. So, well done, and congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll see you Friday.
Yeah, see you Friday.
So that was victorious Coach Anthony Houck. Vikings moved to 8-8, 4-4 in the SEK as they knock off the Grizzlies 72-65. And, Tony, we know what Pittsburgh brings to the table, but the Vikes were only down by 3.
Yeah, 67-64 going into the fourth.
And then
if the Vikes can play with that aggression again, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be another up-and-down affair, and maybe Mason English won't torch us for 48.
Exactly.
So that'll wrap it up for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. For Tony Fuentes and Karen Hardesty, this is Scott Marlowe saying thanks for listening and good night from Altamont.